Hello, everyone, and welcome to this, our final game of this charity event, raising money for Salal Sexual Violence Support Center. What a cause. I am your game mother, Jeremy Cobb, pronouns he, him, and I am broadcasting to you, that's right, broadcasting, not streaming. I'm on the radio from the ancestral lands. I've already gone completely off the rails from the ancestral lands of I can't even find my list. I believe the Shawnee people, I cannot remember the rest of the list, but it was various Algonquian-speaking tribes in the American Midwest. And I am joined for this event by an incredible cast of people, and I will throw it over to the first of those people, Shar, the person who's responsible for helping to organize this entire event.
Woohoo! Hello, everyone. I'm Charlene Bear. I go by Shar. My pronouns are she, they, and I am coming to you from the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. And tonight, I will be playing Dot, the medic. Now, she's just trying to keep everyone calm. The situation will be all right if we just take things one step at a time. And I pass it on over.
Yeah, I'll take it and hand it to Quincy.
Hello, my name is Quincy of Quincy's Tavern, pronouns he, him. I will be playing today Kip, or Kippy to his friends, but none of you people are his friends right now, so you will call him Kip. Kip is a roughneck on this in this world, and he, basically anything that's broken here, he either fixed it or broke it. So we're gonna see how that goes. Pronouns also he, him for Kip. Back to you.
Yeah, and on to Kelly.
Hello, my name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them, and I am on the unceded lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. And I will be playing Deborah Walker, the company agent. So I'm here, not as the spy, definitely. I'm a good person. I'm your friend. The company's your friend, y'all. So
can I just say that I love that in such an anti-capitalist series and game, there is a career you can pick that is basically just corporate stooge.
Hell yeah.
Kelly's a narc.
And passing it on to Kate.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kate Osborne. I go by Catieosaurus on all the corners of the internet. My pronouns are she, they. I am currently in the unsucceeded lands of the Muskogee and Hachichi First Nations, and I will be playing today Captain Lorraine, quotation marks, Rain, end quotation marks, Weaver, whose pronouns are she, her. She's a pilot. / this is very important, space trucker, which is it's a thing. It says it right in the book. You can just be a space trucker. And I thought to myself, yeah, that sounds pretty good. So that's what I'm doing today. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here.
I meant to send you the Deep Purple song Space Truckin', but I'll have to send it out.
Yeah, that's what's just on the radio 100% of the time. It's that and Steely Dan. That's it.
Yes.
I love that we've got Yacht Rock.
Yeah, it's that one song by Deep Purple and then all of Steely Dan's discography.
Just the entire discography. That's it. That's all she listens to. It's great.
I love it. And last but not least, oh no, not last but not least, second to last, but also second to not least, Lexi.
Yeah, my name's Lexi, otherwise known as @BlackGirlMage. My pronouns are he, she, they, and I am currently on the unceded lands of the Miamia, Hopewell Culture, and Kaskaskia. I'm saying that correct. I'm pretty sure First Nations. And today I'm going to be playing Dr. Case Myers, your scientist on board who values their work a little bit too much.
And last but not least, is Dare.
Hello, I'm Dare, famously last, famously not least. Pronouns she, they, fey. I am coming to you from the lands of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Lipan Apache First Nations, and I am playing Jules, pronouns she, they, the, person who kind of just does things around here. I am legally the marshal, but I'm also just like, what if a lesbian was deeply tired? So that's really the energy I'm bringing tonight.
Is there any other style of lesbian?
Yeah, I was going to say we're all tired.
Like, yeah, I'm exhausted.
And before I throw it over to Shar here in a second, I just want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. We are here to have fun, play a really fun game, but ultimately we are here to raise money for Salal Sexual Violence Support Center. So please, if you can, please support. We have all sorts of fun ways to affect the game, which we will be talking about in just a second. And I also want to throw out that a thing that I forgot. I'll bring it up later. It's over to you, Shar.
All right. Well, as Jeremy said, we are raising money for survivors of sexualized violence tonight. Salal Sexual Violence Support Center's free of charge support services are available to survivors of all marginalized genders. So that includes cis and trans women, two-spirit, non-binary, gender diverse, and trans folks. Salal services include their 24-hour crisis and information line, text and chat support, 24-hour hospital accompaniment, police and court accompaniment, counseling, group therapy, and so much more. And then it goes over to Kelly.
Right. Right now, Salal has a 2-year waiting list for their free of charge counseling services due to a lack of funding. You can change the lives of survivors by donating to our campaign. The link is available in chat right now. The donations that you are making today are already changing lives. At the start of the stream, we've already raised enough money to raise 30 hours of counseling. Someone's clicking around and their name is covering words. To fund 30 hours of counseling sessions for survivors at Salal.
That's so cool. But tonight we're also not just doing that, raising money, but there's also really cool things. We're holding a raffle, charity raffle. They're super fun. Tickets are $15 and the raffle prizes include, and I was reading through this and I'm kind of jealous. I might have to get into this raffle myself. Digital copies of the Alien TTRPG handbook, which is what we will be playing tonight. We're all going to heckin' die. And speaking of heckin', we're a Heckna campaign book PDF. I love the art in this particular campaign book. It's gorgeous. Like spooky, carnival, circusy kind of vibes. So you'll get the Heckna campaign book PDFs, Heckna alchemy RPG codes, custom character portrait art commissions from the women of TTRPGs, Zoe Lore, and Griffin saddlebagged books donated by our very own Casper, dice certificates, and much more. So, charity raffle.
And when you donate, you will not only be supporting survivors, but you will also be affecting the game. That's right. That's right. When you make your donation, you can select a reward on Tiltify to give special goodies. That's what it says. Special goodies. I don't like that. I don't like that to the players. We are playing Alien tonight, and that means you can add or remove a player's stress for $25. And we're starting stressed, so please be generous. Or you can give or take away a helpful tool and seal our doom or my doom. I volunteer to be doomed. Also, just so you know, $25 also funds over an hour of Salal text and chat support. So it's a great way to make a big difference for just a little bit of money and to just completely fuck us over. So
Please take away my stress. Do more than my therapist can do.
Jeremy, what else can they do?
Well, $35 gives advantage to a player of your choice, and this also funds an hour of Salal's crisis line. $60 is an auto stunt that's like a crit, but here we be stunting on them aliens to a player of your choice, and this also funds an hour of counseling for a survivor. And $100, you get the ability to bring back someone from the dead, because yes, I remembered what I was going to say before. Folks are supposed to die in this game. This is a high lethality game, so if you want more than possibly none of the cast to survive, you know what to do. Donate. But that, by the same token, if you want to wipe them out, $250, and you can add a non-xenomorph alien. And when I say non-xenomorph, I don't just mean, an alien from the Alien franchise that isn't a xenomorph. No, I mean an alien from a completely different franchise. I have a list here. If you give the money, I will either pick one or roll a d6, and one or more of those aliens will appear. There are all sorts of franchises here. I won't say what they all are because some of them it'll give them away, but there is at least one Star Wars monster on the
Amazing.
list.
So many things.
Yeah, there are a lot of possible things. This not only potentially dooms the players, but it also funds a full support group for up to 8 survivors of Salal at Salal Sexual Violence Support Center. And an extra little thing, we are currently, I believe, $131 away.
Oh, it's even less now. People
Oh
are
my
donating.
gosh.
$96.
Get Megamind in this game.
Wow.
Get Megamind in the game.
If
That's
we
a
hit
human.
our next goal, which is
Are
only
you sure?
$94 away,
Wait,
that
no,
will
you're right.
count as one non-xenomorph alien that will appear.
Oh,
So, yo, you want them? You want that Star Wars monster? You want the other wild things that you would never expect to see in an alien movie on this list?
Can we get French
You know
Stewart
what to do.
from Third Rock
Yeah.
from the Sun?
Exactly. If you
word.
want Mork from Orc, who's not on the list,
Oh.
then go ahead and donate. Over to you, Lexi.
Listen, I'm campaigning for Megamind to show up in this on this spaceship.
Oh my
Um,
god.
But on top of all those things, with every donation, you can put your money to a vote in our poll for whether or not pineapple belongs on pizza. Right now, I said that wrong. Right now, yes is winning. Come on. You gotta get those donations in and
dare
make
you.
it
You're
right,
side of
okay?
history, folks.
How
Okay.
dare you?
Be on the right side of things. No, I love that you have this scripted in here for me to say no, pineapple does not belong on pizza. That is my vehement belief. I will die on this hill and I will die on this ship.
Wow.
But seriously, thank you so much for supporting survivors with your donations. This cause really means a lot to us, and we're so grateful that you're supporting this amazing charity alongside us.
And remember, a reminder rather, when donating, please fill out your response to the reward question that pops up, or else you won't be eligible for your prizes. This makes Char's life easier because of a recent update, so please put who you want for the reward in the comment section, like me. If you want me to have all of the good things, put Dare's name in the comment section of your donation if possible. And thank you to Sirenscape for providing some of the sound, or for what we use to provide some of the fun little sounds you're going to hear as a soundtrack to our murder or victory. Especially if
Hooray.
you
I would
donate
also like to
me.
throw out, I just checked Tiltify. We just hit our goal.
Yay!
God.
So that is
Let's
one.
go.
I'm going to roll a d6 now.
Oh, boy.
Oh gosh.
And that will determine which of these monsters appears. Okay. let me
Iron
look at the
Giant.
list here.
Iron Giant. Brave little
Okay, here
toaster.
we
Brave
go.
little toaster.
I'm down for that. That toaster is a monster.
Matthew
Get
McConaughey.
ready, Get ready. Some wild stuff is about to start happening. With that, should we go ahead and jump into this adventure?
Yeah, I'll just say
Yeah.
Dare, you got advantage already given to you. Katie, definitely not Katie, donated $100.
I don't even.
so-
It wasn't me. It could
That's
have been me.
crazy.
Who could that have been?
Definitely not
I don't know.
Catieosaurus. It was somebody else.
But
So many
that
Katies in this chat
that gives
right
the
now.
ability to bring someone back from the dead. So I guess the first one of us
Ooh.
that dies, we're not
All
really
right.
dead.
You can have
I
the
think
first person who
Kate-
dies will have a resurrection. Let me write that down.
You should be able to choose.
I will. I will choose. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Good,
Nah.
I like it. And then I already said Dare. So yeah, we're good to go now. Jeremy, take us away.
All right. So we begin our adventure on the far off derelict moon, CCK 328, at Barger Lewis's CCK station. Barger Lewis is a company that specializes in the mining and processing of beldanite, an extraterrestrial mineral that is extremely useful in all sorts of manufacturing, particularly weapons. Things on CCK 328 are not going well. It is no secret that Barger Lewis has fallen on hard times, and that this station in particular is underfunded and understaffed. The beldanite yields have been growing steadily worse for years, and many of the employees fear that the entire plant might be liquidized or perhaps liquidated if things do not improve. And adding to the paranoia are recent rumors of strange equipment malfunctions, mysterious covert operations, disappearances, and even a potential corporate takeover. As we gaze upon this monstrosity of a building, spires strain towards the sky, bellowing columns of acrid smoke into the air. A great metal ziggurat stands proudly at their center. The smoke reacts with chemicals in the air to provide incredible yet haunting multicolored displays on the horizon. And the station is even larger below ground. Imagine someone built a cathedral upside down, its steeples stabbing deep into the moon's crust. The inside, a mausoleum of corroding metals and rough-hewn stone. We are in the loading area of CCK Station, the only space large enough to house all its employees at once. There is a company-wide meeting going on. Now, before I go any further, I do have to acknowledge that before we even started this, Gimme the Loot donated enough money to have all of you begin with a panic roll.
Oh boy.
Oh my
So,
word.
Oh.
Let me begin to set the specifics of the scene, and then we will roll a panic roll. All of the employees at CCK Station are currently packed in here. It is a high vaulted ceiling room, a concrete floor. I knocked him over my mic. There are loading bays and docking areas nearby, along with like pressurized areas to maintain air pressure, because it is not safe to breathe in the air of CCK 328 without a helmet. But we're not concerned about that right now. What we are concerned about is the person in a suit standing at the front of the room. This person has introduced themselves as Mr. Bryce. Mr. Bryce, imagine Gordon Gekko if he was even worse. For those of you who have seen Wall Street, Michael Douglas's character in Wall Street, the quintessential evil yuppie, wearing a half suit, half trench coat, and the room is currently in an uproar. Mr. Bryce says, "No, please, calm down. I didn't say all of you would be downsized. I simply said we would have to do some severe downsizing now that Wayland-Yutani has bought the company."
I'll have you know, Mr. Bryce, that we fixed a lot of these things, and we can break them too.
Whoa!
It is it is pandemonium. People are throwing down tools, screaming. This is essentially, you have just been informed that Barger Lewis is being bought out by Wayland-Yutani. Those of you who are familiar with the Alien franchise may know them as the bad guys. Wayland-Yutani has just bought out the company and is going to be engaging in severe downsizing. So, given the fact that many, if not most of you, possibly all, are about to lose your jobs, I'm going to need you all to make me a panic roll. Now, a panic roll is essentially, let me here check my audio. Now, a panic roll, you need to take your stress dice, You need to take a stress dice and add 2, I believe. Let me, yes. So in order to make a stress dice, sorry, I just got completely confused. So here we go. Roll a d6 and add your current stress level. So everybody take one of your panic dice.
Oh, God.
And add your current stress level, which for all of you is going to be +2. And let me know what you got. And as we do this, you can also describe your character and what you're doing. And also, please give me one quality that the room has. Now, we go ahead, everybody roll, and we will start clockwise from me on my screen. We're going to start with Kippy.
Oh, gosh. I got a 4 on stress.
Okay.
Kippy is losing his mind. Like, took the job here. He is about ready to pull down this locker that's attached to the wall. It's still bolted there, but he's not going to stop him from trying. And Kippy is head to toe, kind of like dressed. He's like overalls. He's got like his goggles on. There's kind of like grease all over his face. He's kind of like if a sewer rat was in space. That's kind of like what he would be like. And he is kind of like climbing up on top of the lockers to yell at Mr. Bryce, and like making a lot of noise by banging on the lockers and everything.
I love it. So you got a 4 in total.
Yeah.
All right. I will describe what that is in just a second, but first we're going to go down to Dot. Please describe your character and what you are doing.
Dot, she's, pretty slim, about 5'5". She's got a mess of brown curly hair on top of her head, thick burgundy wine colored glasses. She's wearing a jumpsuit and has a stethoscope around her neck as she is a medic on the team. And the room is hot. She's got her face is flushed and she's just ready for this meeting to be over. I got a 1 on the die and I'm adding 2, so that's a 3.
Okay. Hold on to that number as we circle around to Rain.
So I got a 4. And Lorraine is sitting kind of towards the back at like a big long table. There's a bunch of tables in the back of this room that people use for like eating and like hanging out. And she has like an old pinup magazine that's like way too old to reasonably be something that you would take with you in space. But she's like reading it in this like really like, she knows that people know like are watching her. And she's got her feet up on the table and she's very like casually flipping through as though she's not listening to like any of this. But then from like behind it, she keeps just going, "Boo, you suck. We hate you. Take off your suit." And then just like putting her face back in the magazine. That's what's going on back there.
Wonderful. Going around the circle, we will head over to Dr. Case.
Ah, yes. Dr. Case is standing at the head of the room. I think that there's a line of scientists behind Mr. Bryce, who maybe have signed on to whatever's going on. Dr. Case has not signed on to this. Something that I think you see this dark-skinned, fat black woman who is just lab coat hanging over very pristine black clothes to kind of hide a lot of the mess that she gets into. Tied back, gray hair, fully very young, but just completely gray, natural hair. And bags under the eyes, endless bags. But the bags are covered up by these very, I would say, fashionable yellow lenses. As she steps forward, I think that the truth about the room I'll bring is that you brought that visual of a cathedral. I think that there is a huge light fixture, almost like a chandelier, hanging above that showers light upon the room, and it's beginning to shake. Yeah, I think that's what I'll bring into this. I'm just looking up at that and waiting for the moment to leverage that into telling Mr. Bryce to shut up.
And what did you roll on your panic dice?
Oh, I got a 5.
Okay. Is that with, and this is all with the +2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That then brings us to Deborah.
So Deborah is actually standing up near Mr. Bryce, sort of behind him and off to the side, and she is as like fashionable as you can possibly be on a mining rig that she has been assigned to for quite a while now. So she is wearing some of her like a nice shirt and button down from the city, and like pants that have been through the wash a few times, so they're starting to look a little bit faded. Her hair is 80s large and like curly, and she tries to hold it back with an elastic, but she has not had a good barber in quite a while here on this backwoods assignment that she's gotten. And she does have a glass of whatever passes for liquor in this place. She's doing fine. She's pretty sure her stocks are gonna roll over to Wayland Yutani, and I rolled an 8 on my stress. So listen, if I can get off this rock, I'm set.
All right. And that brings us then to Jules.
Jules is a woman who has, I think, been hardened through time in life on places like this. She is part of management, but not in the way that Deborah is. She is like with the crew. I think she is like sitting near the back, almost, I think, leaning on like a railing, taking a long drag of a cigarette. As you see, she is like an older woman. I want to say maybe late 40s. Her hair is beginning to gray, like on the side. She is also like, I think, like a little chubby, but with like still strong arms of someone who still has to get involved and get her hands dirty enough. And she is like sitting with a few other people who are immediately turning to her, asking like, can she cover people? Or is she, what can she do in this situation? And her hand is like sort of bouncing a little, like her leg is bouncing a little bit of like, she has her poker face on, but you can tell this is a lot of things to worry about and a lot of stress that will come onto her. And she just like looks and it's like, I didn't know about any of this, and kind of just watches. And I got 6 total for stress for my panic roll.
All right. So those of you who rolled a 6 or below, in contrast to what you might expect, you managed to keep it together. Barely. Those of you who rolled above a 6, which I believe is just Deborah.
Maybe my stocks aren't carrying over to Wayland Yutani.
Deborah, you're sitting there thinking like, nah, my stocks are going to carry. You see, like, and you are currently near Mr. Bryce. You glance behind you being like, and you see someone whom you did not notice before. You see Ken Morgan, your corporate arch nemesis. Ken is the reason that you got bumped out of your last job and ended up at this scrap heap. Ken, you could tell me whether you looked this up or whether you just sort of put it together in this moment. Ken is wearing a Wayland Yutani pin. And as you see Ken standing there, they look at you and they smile, a toothy smile. And that sense of assuredness that you had about your stocks carrying over and that your job position might even continue under any circumstances begins to evaporate. And you begin to tremble uncontrollably. And all your skill rolls using agility might suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops.
Ah, cool. So 0 agility it is.
Okay.
Oh no!
The rest of you, you're managing to hold it together, but the room as a whole really is not. It is getting to the point where they might have to end this meeting, or this could turn kind of ugly. There are a number.
Hippie's getting up on top of it, and he's like shouting, and he's like pointing at the shaking chandelier, and he's like, "Mr. Bryce, I know you got some mighty fine business spokesman and stuff like that. You better go talk to your people, bring a better deal around. Oh, that chandelier's come down on your head now."
Hearing you scream that, some of the other workers start grabbing like smaller equipment and throwing it at the chandelier.
Yeah, I'm taking something and throwing it too.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Yeah, I think I'd like to step forward to Mr. Bryce and just say, I would like to formally request that you either get out of here or find something better to do with all of these folks than firing them.
He looks back at you and says, look, it's Dr. Case, it is not my decision. Okay, I am here to simply act as a messenger. It is not ultimately up to me. And look, it turns to security. Security, could you do something? And at this point, you see that there are sort of, without anyone really noticing, there are normally a number of armed guards on site just in case something goes wrong. Obviously, corporate attacks are not unheard of in this world. However, it is not just the armed normal guards who are there. There are a number of Wayland Yutani. They appear to be Wayland Yutani hired militia who have streamed into the back of the room and begin wading into the crowd and just fully like clocking people if need be, just shouting like, "Calm down!" It looks like this is essentially this riot that is emerging is being forcibly quelled. And Mr. Bryce looks at you and says, Dr. Case, and turns to you actually as well, Deborah, and says, Deborah, excuse me, Miss Walker, could you please accompany me to my office? I need to meet with you both. And also, Miss Walker, could you call your immediate unders as well? And by immediate unders, you know that he means like the people who are directly beneath you as their sort of corporate supervisor.
I mean,
Which just so happens to be all of the people in this game.
do I still have enough authority to do so?
Well, you haven't been fired yet.
All right. Well, as long as it's still within my contract, I guess. And I'm just going to like give out a whistle and just like wave down the people who I've been working with for however long we've been here. Still just like my glass like now slightly spilling some liquor off the side of it as I shake.
The rest of you, I think all of you would see Deborah just sort of waving out of this crowd of like, ah! As now the guards have had to form a barrier trying to hold people back from rushing the stage. Mr. Bryce is being hurriedly escorted into his office.
My anxiety in real life is pumping.
I
Ray-
think.
oh,
Okay. I think as I like walk my way past and like through the crowd, I think I tell, like, I think because I am like one of the people with enough authority here, I think I like yell out, "Don't burn this place down until we're back and we get some more answers for you. Malicious compliance for now."
I love that. And you know what, Jules? You are a pretty trusted person. I would like for you to please roll a command roll. This is going to be empathy command. So go ahead and roll 4 d6s plus your 2 stress dice. So it's going to be 6 d6s in total, but make sure you know which ones are your stress dice, and let me know if you get a 1 on either of them.
Did not get a 1 on my stress dice, but I did get a 6.
Hey, that's a success.
Nice.
A number of people see you, and they're like, they start to like, oh, and sort of calm down. You can tell you have, like the little Dutch boy, stuck your finger in this dam and are holding it back for the time being. But you know this is not going to last forever.
Can I attempt to see what the relationship between Mr. Bryce and Ken is like? If they seem simpatico, or if it's definitely like a underling ass kissing situation?
Yes, absolutely. So this would be, I would say, wits observation.
All right. And it's you add the numbers together, and that's how many dice you roll, correct?
Yes, that's going to be 8. This is going to be 8 from your base total, and then 2 from your stress dice.
All right, I definitely have just that many to roll. And I'm looking for a 6, right?
Yes, at least 1.
That's cool. I don't see one.
Okay.
Although I'm.
Did you get?
Oh, pardon?
Did you get a 1 on either of your stress dice?
No, but since this does feel important to me, I am going to get Stressor to push more.
You're gonna push the roll. Okay, let's go ahead and push this roll. Let's do it. Add a stress die, and you get to roll again. So you have 3 stress dice. So you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll a full 11 dice.
Ugh. What is this? Vampire?
That sounds good.
Oh, thank God. All right, I got 1 6 on one of my my non-stress dice.
Okay. So it's difficult to tell because you can tell Mr. Bryce is trying to still act like I'm the guy. But as he turns to walk and you see Ken Morgan turn, you see them sort of put out their hand like subtly and touch his arm in such a way that's sort of like a, it's okay. And it's not like a, oh, it's okay, buddy. It's more of an, it's okay. And there is the briefest glimpse back at you with a glint in their eye as they head with him towards his office.
All right. Hope nothing bad happens to this guy.
Yep. Are all of you heading straight there to the office now that you've sort of quelled the riot a little bit?
Dot takes out a photo of her kid. You see like freckles, buck teeth, and almost like the same glasses that Dot has on, but on this child's face that is much smaller, so they're like overshadowing her. And she's just thinking about like, this is the reason that I have to keep going, that everything needs to be fine on this job. And I'll follow.
All right.
I think.
Anything else, or y'all heading in?
Yeah, I think one thing. Another death flag. Why don't we? I think that the camera watches me as I walk away. I think there are eyes on my back. Dr. Case is being watched by another scientist that stands in that like long line of scientists. Another like femme presenting scientist that was given like a reassuring touch. Just a very quick glance as I follow the team to our final destination. But I think that there's that very in the same way, like that understanding everything has to go well and this will work out, but can't do it right now on a stage. So I'll just start walking behind the team.
I'm gonna say that other scientist's name is Clara Morrison.
Amazing.
Pronouns she, her. And she gives you just a grave nod. And you can see the rest of the research team just like, ugh, as you're heading back there.
As the rest of them are also there, Kippy's gonna go ahead and jump down off of the locker because he saw Jules go in there, and Kippy likes Jules, like kind of like respects, like the command, and we're all in kind of this mess together. And so Kippy's gonna come down and kind of push his way through. He's much shorter, but he kind of like has that energy of like Dodger with Fagin's kids. And kind of just like pushes everyone around. It's like, okay, Robbie, you go over there and you make sure they don't mess anyone up, and kind of like whispers,
sure
okay,
thing.
Yeah, Bobby, you one of those get one of the guns. Get the guns, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't get caught this time.
The big guns.
Obviously, the big guns.
Okay, yeah.
The little ones too.
Thinking?
And don't put them down your pants, okay?
Oh, it's the best part. Bobby heads off to go get the guns.
All right, and then Kippy's gonna go ahead and follow
right,
Jules.
Cool. All right. Yes.
Oh no, it's okay. That's fine. Rain follows too. I go with. It's great. I'm there
good.
too.
If there's something you'd like to say before you head in there, please. Absolutely.
No, I was just gonna say that I think Rain really likes Kippy because Kippy makes the kind of trouble that Rain wishes that she could make. And so in this instance, like as she hears the whistle, Rain's like just about to beat the shit out of one of these guys, and she's like, "You're lucky, but next time you're not gonna be so lucky." And I'll like go follow one of like Kippy's like goons off and like try and like raise some mischief before I go to the office. Like, you guys want some help?
Yeah. Are you gonna try now? You guys don't normally have access to a lot of guns, like the big guns. So this is absolutely like a covert thing. Without going too much into detail, I will allow you to try and sneak an additional gun.
Yeah,
if you would like.
I would like to do that very much.
Okay, so Rain, I'm going to need for you to make me. This is going to be an agility mobility check.
Okay, agility mobility. Okay. So
I think it's 6 plus your 2 stress dice.
Okay. Five stress dice. Okay. Oh no, I dropped one. Okay, here we go. I got a 6, but I also got a 1.
Did you get a 1 on any of the stress dice?
Yes.
Okay. Well, before we go any further, we're having another panic roll, folks. I'm going to say that as you head over, you are seen by a couple of the Wayland-Yutani peeps. You saw some of the ones who are like emerging from the crowd, having been clocking people. You see the, hey! And one of them starts striding over to you. I'm going to need you to roll me a d6. And this is, I'm going to say this increases your stress. So this is going to be a d6 plus 3.
Okay.
Does Kippy see this? Does any of us see this like happening? Like we hear
the rest of you are almost to the place. Depending on where this kicks off, we could go in a different direction.
Yeah,
sure. So you may end up seeing it after all.
That is a 2 plus 3, so a 5.
Okay, you manage to keep your nerves in check, barely, as this person charges towards you. Now, you know Billy is big enough. Billy's a big old boy. Billy could probably handle this. There are enough goons generally that you can try and slip away. Is that what you would like to try and do?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will just have you make an agility check.
Okay.
And if this is going to be a 5 plus your 3 stress dice.
That's
it's actually agility mobility. So it'll be 6 plus your stress dice.
Agility mobility is an incredible name for a band. I got a 6 and no 1s.
All right. You managed to slip away from the rest of the group. And because you did successfully roll a 6, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say you get a gun. So, were you going for a bigger gun or a smaller gun?
I think I was going for like a big small gun. Like I want it to be portable, but I
Okay.
also want it to be bigger than most people's.
Okay, I'm with you. What you get is a Rexim RXF M5 Ava pistol, which is an armor-piercing pistol.
All right.
Yes, with a scope. It's real nice. It is medium range, relatively lightweight, not bad. So you get a hold of one of those, which is still concealable.
Okay.
All right. So you all head into this office, and as we head this office, Deborah, you're the closest one to corporate. Give me a description, just a one-word adjective that describes this office.
Cramped.
Okay, cramped. I would like also a description from Dr. Case, since I think you may have more contact with Mr. Bryce as well. What's another word that you would say applies to this office?
Empty.
Cramped and empty.
Yeah, I like both of those.
Okay. So, from that, I take it is a small office, but it's not very full.
Mhm.
Strangely, because normally there is a lot of stuff in here, but there's actually a lot less stuff right in here right now than you would have expected. I don't know that most of you would have been in here very often, but I think for both Deborah and Dr. Case, it is strange how empty this place is.
What's wrong, Bryce? You afraid we were gonna take some valuable information about dirt and rocks?
Well, and Bryce starts to answer, and Ken steps in and says, "We understand that when announcements of this sort are made, that things can sometimes turn chaotic. So we put plans in place that prized assets would, of course, be kept safe." And they smile at you. Just a very evil smile. And that smile is maintained as the rest of you file into the room. There are already a couple of Weyland-Yutani guards in here. One of them closes the door and stands against it as you all sort of file in.
Hippie kind of looks him up and down and is like, I could take you.
Looks down. You know what? For the heck of it, just roll manipulation, empathy manipulation.
And I'm adding my 2 stress dice to it, right?
Yeah. So that's gonna be
Just
2.
4.
Yeah, 4 dice.
No 6s and no 1s on stress.
Okay. This guy's not buying it. But Mr. Bryce sort of sits in the only chair that's still in the room. And just looks like the weight of the moon is on his shoulders as he says, well, thank you all for coming. This is a rather sensitive matter that we need to discuss briefly. Something very important to the company. You see, 3 days ago, we had a security breach. Some objects were stolen, some very important documents, in fact, from this very office. And well, the robbers we don't believe got far, but because we were in fact able to recover the documents. However, we suspect that the robbers might still be at large. It was a group of robbers who escaped into the mines, you see, and we were hoping that
Bryce, speak up.
we were hoping that you all would be able to go out and retrieve the runaways.
You got all your stuff back. Why do you care?
Well, because there was sensitive information out there, and we would like to get it back.
I'm not a bounty hunter.
I mean, I can be. How much we talking about here?
Mr. Bryce, really quickly, are you
Yes.
afraid?
Am I afraid? In general? Well, I don't understand.
You seem scared.
Visibly sweating. Visible flop sweat. I don't, no, I feel cool as a cucumber.
How much are you going to pay us?
And he turns you see him turn to Ken, and they step forward. Ken, by the way, pronouns they, she. Ken spelled K-E-N-N-E. Ken steps forward and looks at you all and says, "We will be paying you for your services 1/3 of your yearly salaries.
That's it?
An additional 1/3 on top of the normal 1/3.
That's it?
Can I negotiate something at least for me?
Do you say that? Are you saying that to me, Game Mother, or saying that to the
No.
players?
Jules finally speaks up.
Go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna say roll empathy manipulation.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 5 plus your stress dice.
Beautiful. Okay. Don't stress out. Don't get a success.
Okay. You saying that?
Wait,
and
it was
the
empathy
words have left your
manipulation?
Say again.
It was empathy manipulation.
Yeah, empathy manipulation.
Oh, I actually have F7 for that, not including my stress.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me roll 2 more just to make sure.
Yeah.
I got it. Haha.
Oh.
Beautiful.
You see that Ken looks you over and says, "You're the one they call Jules, yes?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I
well,
manage the floor. I look over a lot of the workers.
Yeah, Mama Jules makes sure everything goes smoothly. So if you want things to keep going smoothly, listen to Mama Jules.
Well then, Mama Jules, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Ken Morgan. I am here as a representative of Wayland-Yutani. And seeing as you have already taken steps to help quell the nonsense outside, I would be happy to add, let's say, an additional 25% on top of the fee.
I'm not talking about for me necessarily. I'm talking about for some of those people on the floor. I'm getting old. I'm getting out of here sooner rather than later. I don't care about my bonus. Throw that to keep a couple of people on the line.
Well, certainly. I don't see why not. Why don't we disperse your bonus to you along with an additional 25%, and you can disperse it amongst your underlings as you see fit.
Not underlings, but
employees.
I breathe out a puff of smoke at the employees line. I can do that.
Wonderful. And the rest of you, I noticed you, Mr. Kip, is it?
What?
You seemed agitated. Does
Should not have said that.
He kind of looks at Mama Jules as like kind of itching to kind of like pounce.
You feel just a heavy hand on your shoulder, a heavy armored hand on your shoulder of the completely unimpressed guard from behind you, and says,
"You get out of that armor and we'll see how it goes. Bathroom, no pants, soap on the floor.
No pants.
Are you asking to fight me, or
We'll see which way it goes."
Second, pulls out a
I
piece of
love
paper,
it.
writes something, hands it to you. Call me. It says Dawkins along with a number. His designation.
My
number.
guy. Kepe's like, man, everybody's desperate here. Okay, gosh.
Look, there's no water on this planet. That's all I'm saying. Everybody's thirsty. So at that,
I
yes.
would like to make negotiations. I would like for my third of my salary to go to a Clara Morrison, a scientist I believe you need on your force. So if this job goes through, I don't think I'd like to spread it around as much as I would like to keep the rest of the, division together. I would just like to keep her on board.
Clara Moore, I'm not familiar. She turns and Mr. Yes, Dr. Morrison is a valued member of the team. So
Yes.
You could
The
say
best
she's-
xenobiologist this side of, space. So
Yes. You could say that she and Dr. Case are, I understand, very good friends. There's like an awkward pause.
Best friends.
Gal
Roommates
pals, if
even.
you will.
Roommates.
History books
Roommatesy.
claim they were roommates.
Yeah, and there's like a moment where Ken turns back to you and is like, certainly. I don't see why not.
Yes. I am close in the sense of I am a strong advocate for her work. So
Oh,
well,
is it my turn now, Ken? Listen, you may be buying the documents you and Wayland that this company has, but you spend enough time on this rock, you learn some things that don't come on paper. So, let's say I'll forego the bounty. You get me out of this place, and I'll fill you in on some of the real information.
Wait, that's on the table? I want that too. We get you the papers, you get me off this rock.
She glances up at the guard and says, "We need the room." And then like she glances at Kip, and in fact, those of you who have already negotiated, she basically glances at you three, I believe. And the guard just steps forward and ushers all of you out of the room, leaving Deborah and I believe Dot and Rain with Mr. Bryce and Ken Morgan. And Ken says, Deborah, surely you understand we don't talk about these things in front of the underlings.
Oh my god, say underlings one more time. I'm sorry, Deborah. You go. I'm sorry.
She just looks at you and says, underlings.
I will beat the shit out of you. I don't care. I've got nothing to lose.
I don't want to have to patch you up after that, so...
It's
Did
fine.
Kippy hear this, or did Kippy get pulled out?
No, Kippy's out of the room.
Aw,
Out of the room.
As you can see,
Yeah.
Ken, spending time in the mines makes you a little hardened, so my apologies if I'm not couth enough for you, but...
Oh, it's all right. You never were.
Yeah?
So you're asking for the real information. Well, let me tell you.
I'm telling you, I have the real information. Whatever Waylon bought of this place, it's what they want you to hear.
Well, I would love to hear this information that you say you have.
Maybe we can go over that on another planet?
Roll an empathy manipulation.
I will do that. With all these stresses.
Yeah, you have so much stress already.
I gotta try to. I'm trying to hold back the alcohol falling out of my glass.
Visibly shaking.
I got the only 6 I got was on my stress. Is that okay?
That counts.
Okay,
Yeah.
and no ones.
Woo!
She
We love to
looks
see it.
thoughtful, and they say, "You know what? Succeed on this mission, and I will make sure that you never spend another day on this planet."
Got yourself a deal, Ken. I'm gonna put out a hand.
They reach out and take it, and sort of it's not like a handshake, it's sort of a offer. They sort of place their limp hand into your hand so that you can shake.
I think I'm, as I said, used to now being sort of like a little bit rougher from being on this moon for so long that I do grip it, and I like, it's that where you grabbed the hand wrong and like tighten it too much, the bone kind of moves a little bit.
You see that they go like, and as you let go, they take out a handkerchief and start wiping it off. And
Cheers.
they say, "Yes, very well. Deb, stay for a moment. The other two of you, I don't." And Mr. Price, yes, Dot and Rain. Did you have anything that you wanted to negotiate? Any additional deals or terms?
Rain thinks for a minute and goes, I don't really care about money, but what I do care about is that I got a bunch of guys out there who are working in absolutely unworkable conditions. Fix the trucks, fix the ships, get us some goddamn safety equipment, and we'll call it good. You can use my 1/3 towards it, but I'm tired of watching these guys limp out on these trucks that shouldn't even be out there. That's what I care about.
Mr. Bryce says, well, hopefully, and once again, Ken sets their hand on his shoulder and says, now that Wayland Yutani has acquired Parker Lewis, we can guarantee that there will be a major overhaul to all of the equipment here. It will be refurbished and replaced with up-to-date ones.
No robots taking jobs. We've been through that. No, I know that's code. No, we fix what we have and we keep jobs. They're not going, no, none of that automated shit. That never works. They break. My guys have to come back and fix it anyway. Absolutely not. No up-to-date equipment. That's code for robots are taking our jobs again.
Well, I assure you, they don't need to be automated in order for them to be robots. And she smiles again, and you know that what they're saying is androids could potentially be coming here. Ken and Mr. Bryce turn their attention to you, Dot.
Seems like you really need this to happen, and you need someone to take care of your crew doing this job. Seems like I might be the most critical person in this room and on this staff. I think I need double my salary for this job.
Go ahead and roll empathy manipulation.
Okay.
This is I'm loving these big swings, guys.
2 6s. No ones.
Okay, that is a stunt. Yes, that is a stunt. Oh yeah, we stunting on him. And by the way, I see here that we are only 56 away from our next goal.
Yeah.
I will say, for every goal we hit, I will add another alien.
Oh boy.
If we hit the next one, that will unlock another alien.
$66 away.
Yeah,
Dear
$66
gosh.
away. In fact, I will go so far as to say for this next one, if we hit it, I will also throw in a free stunt for everybody.
Nice.
Ooh.
All I'm saying. Okay, so you rolled empathy manipulation. Let me see here, because there is a whole chart list of potential stunts.
Stunt chart.
I'm so excited. Yeah, we stunting on him.
900. Ollie.
Let's see.
50-50.
Let me see, because there's an actual list of potential stunts you can do. Manipulation. There we go. Stunts. So for every 6 that you roll in excess of what you need to win, which is 1, you can choose one of these stunts. Your opponent does what you want without demanding a favor in return. Your opponent does more than what you ask for example, giving you some useful piece of information. Details are up to the GM. Or your opponent is impressed by you and will try to help you later on in some way. Details are up to the GM.
I'm going to pick the first option. They
Okay.
they do what I want, and they don't need anything.
Dot looks at you, or not Dot, my goodness. You see,
It's like looking
you
in a
watch as
mirror.
Ken transforms, revealing themselves as a changeling. Ken is like, Ken nods thoughtfully and says, "You're right. Medical staff are indispensable. Double your salary."
And I want that up front.
Certainly. They turn down to Mr. Bryce and say, "Please make sure that double Dot's salary is wired to their account." Looks up and smiles at you again, and says, "Now, the pair of you, please run along. And Deb, why don't you stay behind? We can catch up."
Love to.
And once again,
I
the
head
guard
out
comes
with
in.
Rain.
Yeah, ushers the rest of you out of the room. Before we continue with Deb, what are the 5 of you doing outside now that you're that you're going to have to basically go into the mines to try and find where these folks were? What are the other 5 of you doing?
How many guards are around?
Roll
I'm
initiative.
going to say 3.
3?
3 jacked guards are nearby.
Okay. If there was only one, I was gonna try to take him, but that's
Were
fine.
there-
I suspected as much.
Were there still guards in the back in the room?
Yes, there is still one guard in the room. There are 3 currently outside.
Part of me is a pessimist in the way that I kind of want to wait and make sure Deb gets out, because
Okay.
I can deeply imagine. I think I've been around long enough. I've at least heard a story of someone who like pushed a cork too big and then they end up in the airlock or something. So I'm gonna hang out. I'm hanging out.
Okay, cool. What about the rest of you?
Dot's gonna take out her data tablet and just make sure that that money came through, and is gonna automatically transfer it to. You just see the account name Sara.
That picture that you took out earlier, is that coming to mind?
Yeah.
Within that time frame, you actually can see through the glass. You can see Mr. Bryce take out a pad and start typing some numbers. And within a few moments, yes, that money is transferred to your account.
Great.
What about the rest of you? Anything?
We're not in the same room where the riot was, right?
You actually are. As it
Okay.
happens, Mr. Bryce's office is on that floor. So it's
Okay.
sort of like a on the floor supervisor type deal.
Okay, I want to try to look around real quick. I'm kind of getting away, kind of stepping away, making and kind of like just kind of moseying, not hands in kind of pockets or kind of just like doing anything. I want to try to see if I can spot Bobby or Mikey and kind of wave them over.
Oh yeah, I won't even make you roll. You can see them, both of them looking a little bit bloodied,
Yeah.
because something kicked off when they were trying to get those guns. But yeah, you wave them over. Bobby and Mikey head over.
Did you get anything?
You're like, nah, sorry. And you see one of them sort of opens their jumpsuit, and you can see just like an array of guns sort of been hooked into. Like they have a beneath the clothes bandolier of just like guns that have been loaded in.
Now that's what I'm talking about. You're the good one. And is that a Watasumi DV303 bolt gun I see right there?
Only needs one shot.
One shot, one
Yeah.
kill. Let me have that one.
Reaches in, looks both ways, hands you. You now have a bolt gun.
I like that. Good work. And kind of just stuffs that in. It's just bulky. It's just a bulking kind of piece of metal now sticking
Yes.
under his coat.
This is basically, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's basically a construction tool. Imagine like a heavier duty version of like the Anton Sugar cow bolt thing. Just basically like a half nail gun, half cow bolt thing that just punches holes and stuff.
I truly imagine some like Dead Space shit.
Yeah. So, are Dr. Case or Rain doing anything, or are y'all just chilling?
I honestly think Rain is like frustrated, and so is just gonna kind of go pout in the corner for a while.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think Dr. Case is similar to. I think that Dr. Case trusts Jules, and there's a little bit of a disconnect between the two of them, but has the same idea of would like to stand by the door and be sure that Bryce, seeing the fear in Bryce, Mr. Bryce, is kind of enough to make me stand by the door and see what happens.
While you're there, Clara, Dr. Morrison, walks up and says, "How'd it go in there? Go all right?"
Yes. Everything's fine.
Okay.
You'll be all set up.
Did they say if the team's gonna stick around, if they're gonna keep us employed?
You'll be all set up.
And there's a pause for a moment to say, "Is there something you're not telling me?"
No.
You go ahead and roll empathy manipulation. This is gonna be opposed. I'm gonna roll. You roll empathy manipulation. And I'm
Amazing.
going to oppose it.
So this
because,
roll is two of the dice that I need, and then a stress die.
2 stress dice.
Okay, two stress
yeah,
die.
Yeah, because I think your stress is currently 2.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just rolling I'm rolling 4 die total.
Okay.
So we'll see how
Thanks
this
for
goes.
the raid, the Vector.
Yeah, thank
you so
you.
much.
Hey, welcome back there.
Hey.
We're raising money for charity.
Oh yeah.
You can
And
throw more
probably dying
aliens at
from
us.
Aliens. Yeah.
I got a 6 on my non-stress. and
Okay.
I have no ones on anything.
Okay. Unfortunately, she also got a 6. But not more 6s than you did.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm gonna say that she looks at you for a moment and she says, just as long as everything's okay, Case.
Yes. Everything's fine. We're gonna be safe. I can't speak for the rest of the crew. I mean, my crew is fine, but it just seems like they are taking the hatchet to so many people, and it's, I don't know. Mr. Bryce seems a bit fearful.
Are you gonna be able to come back to the lab, or should I meet you at home? And she takes your hand.
Oh God, I squeeze it. Yes, I'll see you at home.
All right. Stay safe. People are really upset out there.
Yeah. You too.
And with that, Clara turns and
Sorry.
and walks away.
My face. I'm like, oh no.
To where the rest of the team is waiting. They head off, presumably towards the lab. Going back into the room.
I immediately walk over to a panel in the wall and just like pull it and detach it. And inside is a medium-sized, nice whiskey that I've been saving for actually getting off this planet. And I'm going to take it out and crack it open. And so tell me, Morgan, what's this actually about? And pour her a glass.
She takes the glass. They take a small sip, and they say, "The documents weren't recovered.
Figured.
They still have them. They've been out there for 3 days. We have it on good authority that they haven't made it off the moon. But we suspect that in those 3 days, well, they may not have survived. You know, the air out there isn't quite breathable, and
yeah,
it's my understanding that." And they turn, and Mr. Bryce says, "There wasn't enough oxygen taken to last them for that period of time."
Yeah. Standard protocol encourages them to get back within a certain time frame.
And Ken looks at you and says, "It is of paramount importance that we get those documents back, and that they are, shall we say, unexposed."
How paramount?
Triple your current annual salary, paramount.
Good. All right. Well, if there's any room in the new administration, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be updating my resume.
Well, if you manage to pull this off, I think we may be able to make some room. Also, we will need proof of death.
Easy enough.
They smile and say, "Run along now," and the guard opens the door.
I hate it.
I'll down my drink and then leave the glass and swipe the bottle.
Yes.
I got him.
So, y'all are good to go. You tell me if you're going to do anything special to get ready. Essentially, Rain, you know you're going to probably need to drive essentially a truck. You're going to need to truck them down there, and then they give you information about their last known location. So it's essentially you would need to drive everybody down there, and apparently it seems like you might need to get out and explore an area. So you would need everybody would need essentially space helmets and suits so that you can breathe. Basically stuff for your heads and necks. As long as that's secure, you don't need like full armor necessarily. But it's essentially your normal mining gear.
I'm gonna take armor if I can buy it or anything. Just mostly because like we know they were thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old.
That's true.
I'm I'm gonna play a little safe and make sure I got
Okay.
a little armor with me.
We will say that you're able to get like some basically mind protective gear, which is powerful enough to, we will say, essentially add 1 to your damage, your health
Nice.
bar for all intents and purposes. Yeah.
I'm going.
Anybody else?
I'm going full standard overconfident corp. I'm bringing only my essential equipment.
All right.
Yeah, Dot's gonna bring her surgical kit, some medication that she had laying around her apartment, and Game Mother, I wanted to confirm that by interacting with my signature item, I could relieve one's stress.
Ooh.
And my signature
yes.
item is my photo of my kid.
Yes, each of you have a signature item. It should be, I believe, the number one thing on each of your lists. So for Kippy, it's your tool belt. Obviously, in your case, it's the photo. For Jules, it is your dented flask with an inscription on the front. You can decide what
Oh,
that
I already know what it
inscription
says.
Oh, beautiful. You can tell us now or later. It's up to you.
I'll tell you now. I think while we're in the truck heading over, I look at this whenever I have any sort of stressful job, and it's just a loving gift saying, whenever you're finally ready to let this life behind, or leave this life behind, I'll be waiting. And it just has like inscripted from the letter like K on it.
Beautiful. And Deborah, in your case, it's your letter of corporate authorization. We will say in this case, it is this, like the mandate for this specific job, as well as the underneath letter that it said that says the real orders, as well as your special payment.
Yeah.
For Lorraine, it's your sweet fucking sunglasses. and for Dr. Myers, it is an unfinished scientific paper. You can tell me what that paper is about.
Yeah, I already started writing down titles. I think it's like xenobiology and physics inspired engineering, and engineering inspired xenobiology and physics. Like something very long, very hard, but definitely encoding. I think that the names at the top of the paper are Clara and Case Myers.
Oh yes. Oh wait, is Clara listed as Clara Myers on the paper?
I think that it's a little like cute thing that we did that we're like, yeah, it's like this is our baby.
Yeah. Can I add a double barrel though? Can I
yes.
suggest it's a Myers Morrison?
Yes, please. That's exactly it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so you all are able to load up into this giant in fact, Rain, why don't you describe for me what your rig looks like as everybody's piling in?
The rig is, I mean, it's big enough to fit, everybody. And it's like more of like a transport truck. So there's like little, doors and stuff on the outside that have like space for different tools and different things that, one might need, out in the world. And it is rusty. There's a lot of like space duct tape. I assume it's just regular duct tape in space. But there's a lot of duct tape. There's a lot of like just sort of you can tell like handmade repairs made out of like sort of just whatever Rain had lying around. And there's like a little like pinup model like stenciled on the side. And the truck's name is Rosebud.
It was his truck. I'm gonna add to that the space duct tape is shinier. That's the only difference. Is that it's
the only difference? But you have to
just
special
real
order it.
reflective and shiny. Y'all head out. I won't make you any roll for navigation. You know this place like the back of your hand. And in fact, I think the fact that you know this place like the back of your hand is what makes what comes next rather odd.
Oh, no.
So it takes about an hour of driving to arrive at their last known location. Now, this is in a quadrant that you are not normally in. This is not known for being a particularly safe quadrant. The general wisdom is that there tend to be a lot of cave-ins, which is perhaps why someone might flee here if they were in hiding, because they know they're unlikely to be chased. But it's also like, I don't even know, Rain, if this is an area that you've spent much time at all. Like, there is not much excavation that really happens around here because of those risks. As you all get out, I'm going to need, and this is going to be a group check. So the person in this case, we're going to say with the highest wits observation in the group can roll. I don't know who that is. Just
I have
glancing.
I have a
8.
6. Oh, okay, Deborah.
An 8. I think Deborah may be our best bet here. Deborah, go ahead and roll, and you have also 3 stress. Yes.
Did I reduce one by looking at the contract that I signed with Wayland Yutani?
You know what? I'm down. Yeah, let's say you reduced the stress.
You only get to use your personal item once, so it's up to you.
I think going into this now hostile situation with 3 stress might be bad. Oh, okay. So that is a 6, and I got a 1, but it's on a normal dice. No 2 6.
You got
a 6.
You got 2 6s or 1 6?
1.
Okay, 1 6. That is a success. So as you all get out, I will say with a single success, it takes a turn. A turn is essentially in this game 5 to 10, 15 minutes, that sort of span, as you're sort of examining this zone for any sign of any sign of these people. And what you notice is there appears to be an area of rocks, like where rocks seem to have fallen in a spot. And as you're looking at it, you see just a hint of blood. Dried blood. And I think with your it's like dried, looks like it's possibly days old, but looks like there was maybe a partial rock slide or rock fall here. And in front of this rock fall seems to have exposed another passageway, like sort of a walkway off out of this zone, this large spacious mining zone.
Who amongst the group would be like the most knowledgeable of where every entrance to the mine is?
That would probably be, I would imagine, either Rain or Kippy. Because I think the pair of you have spent the most time down here actually working.
Yeah, I think Rain kind of looks over at Kippy, excuse me, and says, hey, Kip, this doesn't look right.
I
Right?
know, you got a big old hole in the sunroof right there, and there's just duct tape leaking through there. You gotta fix that.
No, not the truck. Look at the fucking.
Either of you know if that's I don't think that's an authorized entrance to the mine, is it?
No, and speaking
they're-
of that,
They're
sorry,
blowing
no,
holes
you
in this place every day.
Yeah, well, we should be keeping track of them. Is that one of the ones we've kept track of?
I don't know. I
Because
just
there's
get paid to
blood
blow
coming
stuff
out of
up.
it, and
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, that's not.
That's new.
maybe our thieves
Yeah.
burrowed their way into the mine through somewhere else.
I mean, it's possible, but let's all be careful. This whole area has a propensity for
Ooh, that's a big
cave-ins.
word.
Thank you.
You've
And
been reading in those magazines of yours. You get the knowledge and the thinking and the stuffs.
I know. Wait till you hear what predilection means. Anyway, so yeah, but just be careful. All right, we lose a lot of guys just falling in holes, and that's a dumb way to die. So just be careful, please. All right, that's all I'm trying to say. But
Because
Ms.
no one can
Walker,
hear you scream in space.
that's I read that.
And he looking at like
Space
Walker, then to Mama Jules, and kind of nodding, and then looking back.
Oh, it's very ominous, Kippy. Thank you. That's what I always say. Oh, Kippy, bring him along for that ominism. That's what happens. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Do we just want to go stop fucking around and check it out?
Yeah, fine. All right, and Kippy kind of takes his tool, which is like a drill bit, and like, all right, let's go.
I mean,
He
Mama
kicks open the door.
Mama
like,
Jules
I'll
leads
fix
the
that,
ground
Rain.
crew.
And then hops out.
All right. So Kippy, you're leading the way in here. The rest of you can sort of decide where you are as we go along. But y'all sort of funnel into this tunnel. As you are walking through this tunnel, and by the way, keep an eye on your talents because some of those may come in handy at various points. I know Dot can lower people's stress if you spend 10 minutes. Dot can actually help you lower your stress level by 1. But there are various different things like that.
For no reason, I'm going to stay a short distance from someone.
No reason
No
whatsoever.
reason.
Hurriedly tying on running shoes. So as you are going through here, this tunnel, I think this is, to any of you who have spent any real time in the mines, which is, I think most of you, you spent some time looking around here. You've been in here enough times. This is a weird passageway. Like, normally, first of all, normally the mining passages are much larger. This feels like a hallway. Another strange thing about it, this hallway does not, I remember I said rough hewn. A lot of the mine is like craggy, rough, tough. This is like, it looks like someone carved it as a walkway. It's like flat ceiling, rounded sides coming to the floor. It's like it was carved this way. Now there are cracks heading, like, that you can see spider webbing their way along it, but it does look abnormally civilized for a passageway in these mines.
But before we move forward, my friends, I just want to get our helmet cams online. And I'm gonna use my Seeksin P Dat, I guess. I don't know how to say it. It sounds like a rapper name. Seeksin P Dat. My personal data tablet. I'm gonna get that all synced up with everyone. If everyone has helmets on and such. So I'm just gonna make sure that I am broadcasting this and using my little tablet, my little iPad kid tablet, to make sure like I'm standing, I don't think I'm at the front, I don't think I'm at the back. I am just like in the middle watching the screen instead of looking ahead of me.
As such, I'm going to need you as you're walking along. There's two things. Because you are seeing through other people's cameras right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I need two things for you. One of them, I would like for you to use your analysis ability, because what you are looking at right now does not look like the construction that you are familiar with, either here or at other Barker Lewis sites that you are aware of. That's number one, and then I'll get to number 2 in a second. So this is going to be an observation roll that you can make to gain insight regarding strange and or alien artifacts or creatures that you encounter, and get a chance to study for at least 1 turn. And you are walking down this hallway for a little bit.
Amazing. So that's gonna be 8 observation dice and then my 2 stress die. Let's hope for the best. Whoa. I kind of want to take a picture. Oh no. Wait, no, that's fine. Wait. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. I have a 6 on my stress die. Everything else is 5s. I have 3 6s. And then I have a 1 on. I have 3 6s. 4 6s.
4 6s.
2 3s, 2 5s. And then I have 1 1 on my non-stress die.
Okay, the 1-1 is okay.
Okay.
4 6s?
Wow.
Yes, I'm gonna take a picture. Hold up.
Just
Alright.
hyper
This
focus.
is incredible.
8K.
Wild.
That's wild. Yeah.
Whoa. Well, you know what? That's more than the rules even allow for.
You get everything.
You get all.
I get to ask so many questions.
We're about to stud so hard.
Yeah.
So you get to know the answer to one of these questions.
Okay.
Number 1. Is it coming for me? Number 2, are there more of them close by?
Okay.
And number 3, how do I get in /past /away?
Okay. And so do I only get to know one of them, or I thought it says for every 6 you roll, you get to ask 1 question.
Yes. And in fact, actually, for every I just realized that's even better. You get all the other questions. Yeah, you get all of those special questions.
So I
Is
have
it
4
human or alien? Is it dead or alive? How old is it? And what is its purpose? Or how does it work? Or what problems could it cause? You could also ask any of those.
Yeah, I would like to start off. First question, what is its purpose?
What is its purpose? Okay. This you can tell this is not normal design. Whatever design this does seem to have, this does seem to be a case of intelligent design. But this something or someone carved this out as a walkway. And as you're walking along, I will say as you all are walking along, you see that there are other passages branching off of this one. It appears that this was carved as part of a larger network of tunnels. And I will even say that you get well, I will say that this appears to have been a walkway used as a network of tunnels.
Okay. I would like to ask, is it alien or is it human?
Is it alien or is it human?
That's 2 questions
This
out of 4.
seems alien.
Okay.
Yep. Only man-made. Wow.
Right again. Next question. Oh gosh. Is it dead or alive?
Is it dead or alive? So
Yeah.
looking at the layout of here and I think from just looking through people's cameras, with the number of cracks and instability that are here, you can guess this place is probably over 100 years old and has seen some decay and has not been kept up. So it is very likely that whoever built it is either dead or just gone.
Great. And the last question I will ask. One of the questions was like, is it coming for me?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be a little selfish and ask that.
Is it coming for you? As you're walking along, you see, and I'm going to say that you notice this where the other people don't, because you're seeing through their cameras, not actually through the glass. And in the camera picks up a small glint that you then see. It looks like a serrated metal rod that is lying on the ground that actually looks quite a bit fresher than the rest of this chamber, the rest of this hallway. And in sort of hooked onto this serrated piece of metal, you can see what looks like a little bit of fabric that you recognize to be part of a Barker Lewis uniform.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to take a little break.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on!
In 10 minutes.
Nice.
When things are really going to kick off. We are still $56 away from our next goal. If we hit our next goal, another non-xenomorph alien will be added.
I really want that. I want the non-xenomorph alien.
Another non-xenomorph
Losing
alien
my
will be
mind.
added.
Please.
Things are about to kick off big time. Get ready. So we will see you all in 10 minutes. Donate.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Burb.
And
not
we're
scared.
back. Hello. All right. We are picking up with the final half of our alien RPG one-shot, The Hunting Ground. First things first. You, Dr. Case, you just noticed a flechette on the ground, a serrated flechette with some of uniform and blood surrounding it, a uniform of the company that you work for, Barker Lewis. You notice that. Do you have an immediate reaction, or do you just take note of it?
I think I stop in my tracks and whoever's behind me like runs into me.
Ow.
Who is behind? Because Dr. Case is right in the middle. Who's
Yeah.
behind Dr. Case and who's in front of Dr. Case?
I'll be behind Dr. Case.
Okay.
It's calming presence.
I'll be in front of, because I'm not supposed to be on either end either.
Okay. Great. Who else is in front?
Kippy's in
I
front.
know Kippy's in front. So that's Kippy and Dot. Is anybody else in front of Dr.
I think I'm in the back. Like I'm in like the backsy back.
Okay. And Jules, where are you at?
Okay, so I think I end up close to the middle then. Probably
Okay.
maybe the person ahead of Dr. Case.
Okay, cool. So the order then is Kippy, Dot, Jules, Dr. Case, then I believe, is it Deb, then Rain?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes,
correct?
that
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kippy and group forging ahead. Dr. Case, you and your group stop. Do you bend down to pick this up?
I think I move my little tablet to the side and I'm looking at it. I've already kind of analyzed it. It's got that cloth on it. I am gonna take out my little, I think I've got, it's not tongs, but they're like research is the word forceps? I don't know.
Tweezers.
Tweezers, forceps?
Yeah, like tweezers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna reach down and grab the cloth, and I will just say to whoever I bumped into, so sorry, team.
What?
Now, Kippy,
What?
I need for you
Oh,
God.
to make me an observation. This is going to be wits observation.
Oh, I got a whole heckin' 5.
I'm scared.
That was nothing on anything.
No, no.
Successes.
Okay.
All right. So as you turn, you sort of plant your foot, you hear a clicking sound, and all 3 of the people in front, I'm going to need to make agility, mobility checks.
Oh crap.
Oh,
as
boy.
there is a
We're gonna get like blown up.
sound up ahead. The people in the back do not need to make these checks because you now have a several foot gap between you and the folks in front. So this is going to be Kippy, this is going to be Jules, and this is going to be Doc.
Oh fuck. I got 2 successes, but
Okay.
I also got 1 on my panic dice.
Okay. What about Jules and Kippy?
2
Any
successes, no panic.
2 successes, no panic. What about Kippy?
Nothing for either. No success.
Nothing for
no
either.
panic.
Okay. So, so we have 2 successes. That means you're gonna stunt. We stunting on them. So that's good. That's good. But that means that you are going to succeed in dodging what is shot out as a series of these flechettes, similar to the one that Dr. Case saw, are sprayed out into your group. And Kippy, you are sliced up for a full 2 points of damage.
Okay, so I can do my resilient here.
Yes, you
Correct.
can.
So I take 5 strength,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm gonna roll 5 dice. No
Mhm.
stress, no nothing added. And for every 6, I negate 1 of those damage.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. That is 1 6, so I negate 1 of that damage.
Okay, so you just like you in fact describe for me how you just tough it out as you are hit with all of these flechettes.
So I turn around like, what?
I love it.
Oh,
Oh, I just
Don't
realized
pull it
there may be another option though, because both of you stunted, both of you have an option to stunt further. So every 6 you roll, so each of you rolled 1 above you needed. It's for every 6 you roll in total. Choose 1 stunt applicable to the situation. Give 1 6 to another PC in the same situation as you. Gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one, or you impress someone. So this is for
Ow.
Dot and Jules.
I mean, I'll give mine to Kippy.
Okay, so that would be a success for Kippy then.
Yeah, that's
so
smart.
kind of almost like Jules is like, sit down.
Yeah, I think I hit the deck and like pull you with me.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
So we'll say that you still flex them out and tough it out, but you take no damage now, Kippy. But you are fully on the ground. And Dot, what are you going to do for your stunt? You can impress somebody, gain a
I'm
+1
going
to later
to-
skill.
I
What's
want
the
Kippy to like me, so I want to do something impressive so that he can protect me later on.
Describe how you impress Kippy with your agility.
I think I do fall, and I end up catching myself in the fall, very like 3-point landing, hair flip if it wasn't in a helmet to get back up.
And Kippy kind
love
of like
that.
looks up stunned from being like slammed to the ground by Mama Jules and is like, for some reason, Dot looks quite nice right now. It's like, what? Okay.
As you all are standing here, and there's like a moment of like, oh, what just happened? From one of the other passageways, you hear a as though from a sparkler, and something comes shooting into the middle of the room and then lets out a sound wave shoots out in between the two halves of the groups, slamming into each of you and also the walls. So I'm going to need 2 checks from everybody. First things first, I'm going to need you to make me a strength stamina roll, everybody. And also, Dot, I just realized
I
you
got a
panicked.
yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll a panic roll before this happens.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's a 2 plus 1 because I have 1 stress
Plus
level.
1. All right, you are okay for right now. Now let's everybody stamina as this.
No luck.
Oh, no luck. Okay. Let me know if you have a success, if you don't, and if you panic.
Oh
I
my
have
God.
I have a fun question.
Yes.
Hypothetically, if there was a player who
Yes.
had to roll 3 stress dice, and hypothetically that player rolled 3 ones, what would happen to that hypothetical player
You
in
know
a
what?
scenario such as this?
You know what? Right now, I think we go roll 3 times on the panic roll. That's not in the rules, but that's what we're gonna do.
I want someone to check the odds of that. Like, what is that in like Yahtzee numbers?
Yes, any of you mathematicians in
Jeez.
chat, please let us know. So that you and no successes.
No,
Ooh.
not a
Okay. Dot got a 1 success and 1 panic again.
And a panic again, yeah.
How's Kippy?
Kippy's in the same. 1 success and 1 panic on the
Okay.
stress dice.
How is Dr. Case?
1 success on the stress die, nothing else.
Okay.
1
And how's
success, no
yours?
panic.
Success, no panic. If you scored a success, you successfully resist the intense sonic wave. If you scored a failure, you take 1 damage and are deafened for the next turn as this washes over you.
Question: would you consider this an attack?
I would.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll manipulation for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
How dare you?
Just real quick, guys. Everyone, settle down. Don't worry about it.
Stay away from me.
Yeah.
This is going well, I feel.
Okay.
Whew.
Dot, you got a 6 on your panic roll. You're okay.
Yeah.
Rain, let me know
gosh.
if you got above a 6 on any of your panic rolls. And I will say, those of you who failed the panic roll, every time you fail, you gain a stress. That is
Okay.
something very important. Every time you get a panic roll, you gain a stress.
Okay, so now we have 3 stress.
Oh no.
So I think what happens is I hear the coming. I'm going to like grab my helmet and hold it tight, and in doing so, I accidentally turn up the volume, and the doctor is going to take my deafen and 1 damage instead, as you are blasted with like a increased gain of the sound pickup of this.
Rough. So
Case.
I go down to 2 health.
Yep. People bleeding from the ears ringing.
But I will pretend like it
that
hurt
1
my ears.
damage.
Yes.
That 1 damage from the explosion, my resilience kicks in, and I did negate it with a 6.
Awesome.
So
You are
nice.
so tough. You love to see it. What did we get on the panic rolls for Rain, real quick?
I forgot to roll because I was so
Yeah.
overwhelmed. I got a
There's a lot
1.
happening.
I got a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Okay, this
Okay,
is good,
so
right?
with that, and I'm gonna say, because you're rolling each time, let's say your panic increases by 3. So you have what, 6 panic now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
no one got a 7 or above on their panic rolls, right?
Not me, yeah.
Okay,
we're good.
Kippy, didn't you have a panic roll?
Oh, wait. Oh, we're supposed to add 2
Yes, you're supposed to add
to our
2,
panic
or
rolls?
however many panic points, like wherever your stress is at right now, that's how much you add. So it's what you get
Oh,
on the
I
die
got a
plus that.
I got a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Oh, okay. You begin shaking uncontrollably, and you actually have, I believe, a -2 to all agility checks,
I'm
which is a
doing
real
great.
shame because that sonic blast in an area known for cave-ins triggers a small cave-in.
Mm.
Oh my
all of you.
gosh!
And I need all of you to make me this is going to be agility mobility checks.
So what am I doing?
So basically you subtract, I believe, 2 dice
Okay.
from this. Keep the
Question.
stress dice in there, but subtract 2 base dice.
Okay.
Question,
So you
game
have less
mother.
of a chance of succeeding.
Would you
Okay.
consider this fatal danger?
Don't do this.
Potentially.
Don't do this.
I have more
Yes.
teammates to sacrifice. I'm not going to do it to you again.
Okay, and I just want to be very clear that I understand. So I'm rolling 6 for my mobility and agility, and then 6 additional stress tests.
Yes, that is true. So you have a very good chance.
Cool.
of succeeding.
Okay.
Okay, I don't succeed
lot
this,
of
so I got to roll
kids
my dex and
checks.
mobility,
Okay,
which is a
so this-
one dice.
Yes. So just to describe what has happened, there was initially a clicking sound as Kippy steps on the pressure plate, and suddenly people hit the deck. Then, as no one took damage from that flechette attack, there was then from another corridor a sound as some sort of propelled device, sonic device, came in here and then damaging several of you and weakening the foundations, so that there is now a cave-in. So we're gonna start in reverse clockwise order for me. Jules, what are we looking at for this mobility check?
I succeeded on my stress die. On my
Okay.
So 1-6, no stresses.
All right, cool. I'm gonna let you describe roughly how you get out of it. In fact, there's several corridors here. Do you run forward? Do you run towards where the thing came from, or do you run away from where the thing came from?
I'm gonna say away.
Okay, so you run down the corridor on the other side, just dive out of the way as
Yes.
rocks begin falling. Deb, what are we looking at here?
So I failed to push Rain under the bus, but I didn't get stressed about it. So with my 3 dice of mobility, I got a 6 and no 1s.
Okay. Would you like to go straight ahead the way you were going? Would you like to go? Well, essentially, I will say that you can go down. You can't go down the corridor where that's like ahead where the front group was in. You can go down the corridor where the thing came from, or the corridor that Jules just died.
I'm gonna stick with Jules and try to stay a short distance away from them for some reason.
All right. Dr. Case. Dr. Case. what are we
Okay.
looking at?
So I gained a stress die from that previous thing, right? For failing.
Yeah.
So I've got a 1 on my stress die, and I've got a 6. So that's technically 3, and an 8 again.
Yes.
Or-
you rolled
sorry.
another 8.
6 plus 3 is 9, technically. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then a failure on my non-stress die.
Oh, so you didn't get any 6s. You did not succeed.
No.
Oh no. Okay. So so let me see what a 9 gets you.
Yeah.
I
got a
don't
6,
think
but
it'll
it's
be
plus
good. I'm gonna say I don't think it's good. 6 plus 3 is in fact 9.
I will
let me see
remind
here.
you, Dr. Case, that you did get a helpful tool right at the start of the
That's very
game,
true.
and you haven't used it. I don't know.
And that's true. You
Oh,
did get a start. But
toodles.
here's the bad news. A 9, you drop an item.
Oh
You choose either to drop one of your normal items or you can drop the helpful item.
Oh gosh, I'd like to drop my little iPad.
Okay.
Oh God.
I think it's still projecting somewhere I cannot see anymore, and I'm now subject to the same line of sight as my coworkers who are used to this.
Okay. And you did not. You failed.
I did fail. Yeah.
So that means I get to choose which one you go down, and you also take damage. You are going to be taking 2 points of damage.
Oh no!
As rocks collapse in here, and you try running forward in a blind panic. You careen off of some of the rocks, and you find yourself falling into the corridor where the thing came from. That is then going.
Bestie, I'm so sorry, Bestie. That's all my help.
Dead?
I'm dead.
Oh
I'm
Wait,
dead.
but you're not actually dead. You are currently very severely injured. We
Okay.
will be making a death roll for you in a minute.
Uh-oh.
That brings us to Rain. Rain.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is fun. I got 2 6s, hooray. I also did get 2 1s on the stress dice.
No.
I'm a very, I feel, you know what? I'm okay with this because I'm deeply an anxious person, and I feel like the dice just know, and I will roll. Would you like me to roll for those now, game mother?
Yes, please.
Okay. I got a 6 and a 5.
A 6 and a 5 plus 6. Both of them? So an 11 and a 12?
I mean, tomato.
Okay. So with an 11, you must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible. You are allowed to make a retreat roll if you have an enemy at engaged range, which you don't.
Okay.
Your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range increases by 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. My actions are stressful to the group.
Oh no.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what causes that scream, that like panic for everybody else? 12. You scream your lungs out for an entire round.
Oh no.
Oh,
10 minutes.
Yes,
10
and
seconds.
Oh
also
my gosh.
every friendly character who hears your scream must make an immediate panic.
Oh god.
my
So much.
Panic.
So
In the order of operations, when did this occur?
we're going to say that this happens. It like the screaming is going to hit you after after the events of the cave-in.
Damn it.
So
okay.
I'm going to say that because you're running away from danger, you run down the hall with Deborah and Jules. And just to save time, I will say Deborah and Jules have to make a roll.
All right.
So that, but you do succeed, and in fact, you
me.
stunt, which means you can give a 6 to another PC in the same situation as you, or you can gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one, or you can impress somebody.
Is there anything that I can do to help Dr. Case right now? Like
I
in
will
particular,
say,
like
you know
donating
what?
a 6 or something?
I will say that your scream was enough to like sort of snap Dr. Chase out of it as they were like slipping into like a sort of a fugue. And Dr.
Okay.
Case, I will say you can regain 1 health. But you are still severely injured.
As
Oh,
wave
jeez.
after wave of profanity comes
Yeah.
out of Wraith's mouth. Because she's not just screaming, she's swearing like a weird amount.
Haven't even heard those words.
Like ass! Just over and over.
Just like weird ones. Like,
Yeah.
I could see
Uh,
what was gonna come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I was gonna say booger, and then I was like, that's not really a swear, is
I thought you were
it?
gonna say butts.
Hey, butt face!
Butts!
That brings us to Dot. I believe you did Dot, did you succeed at all?
Okay, so the jumping away, I did succeed.
Oh, that's
And I succeeded on my panic dice, so I'm gonna follow what Jules did and jump the same way she did. And
Okay.
then for the panic because of the screaming, I got a 4 on that roll.
Okay, so you're okay for that one.
Yeah.
All right.
I upon hearing Rain screaming, because Rain's supposed to be, you know, a captain, like a captain, a pilot, a trucker, hardened a bit. Hearing the screaming does make me do a panic because I rolled an 8.
So you start freaking out, just like full tremors, full body tremors.
Yeah.
Do
I lose 2 more agility?
Yeah.
I'm at negative
Oh my
2,
God.
negative 4 agility.
Yeah,
Oh no, negative 2. So I rolled no dice for agility.
Nah, we'll keep you where you are.
All right.
We'll keep you where you're at. That brings us to Kippy. Kippy, did
Okay.
you succeed?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Did you get any 1s, or is it just a failure?
I got 2 1s on my stress dice.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have you roll twice on the panic, and Jules, you managed to keep it together. Jules is still kind of okay.
This is what I'm here for.
So rolling on the panic is just a 1d6 and I add my stress level.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, so I'll roll 2 d6s. One of them is a 7 total, one of them is an 9 total.
Okay, for the 7, your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. And I'm going to say that because you failed, you end up in the same one as Dr. Case, which means both of your stress levels increase by 1. And you also got you said a 7 and a 9.
Yes.
You drop your bolt gun in and amongst the rocks.
oh no.
Dang it. Okay.
So when the dust settles, 4 of you ran down the hallway to the right that was away from where this explosion came from. The other 2 of you mistakenly found yourselves on the other side, closer to it. That also means Kippy, you should have also taken 2 damage. You can try and resilient your way out of that if you want to. But if you can't, then, you take it.
I am resilient to 1 of that damage. So
Okay, so you take 1 damage. So both you and Dr. Case, I'm going to say Dr. Case, full dislocated arm. Like, it's not, or that sort of, like, loosened shoulder. Like, it's not good. Some bad cuts and bruises. Maybe not, like, lasting damage for right now, but you're not feeling good.
Yeah.
Kippy, just a nasty bump. Like, a nasty bump on the shoulder. In fact, I'm going to say right in the middle of the back. One of those ones that's, like, you move and it's like, bruises the bone.
Yep.
Those of you, so 4 of you are, I'm going to say 4 of you on the right side, 2 of you on the left side. Both of you you were heading down like the middle, and then you basically split off into 2 different sides.
Good.
So we're going to start with those of you on the left side first. So that is the side that was where this thing came from. You are both, I'm going to say, like, you describe for me, are you crouching? What are you doing as you run through this area or run into this hallway? This is Dr. Case and Kippy.
Yeah.
Cool. So I get in and I'll. Oh! Doctor, get up! Get up! Come on, get up!
I can't. I'm trying.
No, okay. I try to get underneath and be like, and I take one of her arms and try to lift them up and try to, like, we got to get away from the explosion.
Yeah. I will just, with what strength I have left, leverage my 1. I think that getting crushed under rocks, just my bones are a little hurt right now. So I'm gonna try to stand up. And I will just say, what happened?
Haven, we gotta move. We gotta get away. Move.
Okay, fine. And I will just start.
You move.
Yeah, I can try. Start toddling forward.
We hear that voice echoing down deeper into the cavern.
What the heck?
What are you?
If he starts panicking and starts trying to find his bolt gun and realizes that he dropped it in the other area, it's like,
oh, we're friends. Friends.
You see, sort of silhouetted, because there appears to be some light coming down, perhaps from whatever conflagration of cracks and open air shafts there are in this whole construct. There is some light come down, and you see a head rise into view.
Oh my god, I'm so
A head
scared.
with long, what looks like dreadlocks.
Oh no!
Silhouetted. You see the head rise and continue rising. And continue rising. And continue rising. At the end of a long neck. And you see a short, squat, wrinkly body holding a rifle at the bottom of this body, pointing the rifle in your direction. And once again you hear, "What are you?" And might I say, Dr. Case, this might be a good time to make that talent roll.
Yes.
In fact, you have the...
Absolutely, I would like to analyze.
Yay! More aliens.
So, this was the first non-xenomorph alien that was added. We will find out the exact nature of this. I'm going to roll again and find of the remaining 5, which one will show up.
Yes, and should I do my analysis roll?
Yes, go ahead.
Great.
It's going to be, I believe, observation.
Yes, observation's going to be 8 die. Are we still in that round?
I'm going to say you can hear. Like, it's enough that you can, like, the sound is sort of returned.
Great. Okay. So, let me do this. Jeez. 8 die plus 6 stress die. We'd love to see it. Okay, friends. Let's hope for the best.
I just rolled for I think the single craziest thing on this list.
Is it
Oh,
okay?
no.
ET with dreads? Is it fucking Predator ET?
Enough.
Okay.
He's got the predator dreads. Is what you're saying?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Did we get any successes there, Dr. Case?
So we've got 2 failures, 3 successes on the non-stress die.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got 1 failure on the stress die.
Okay, so you in this moment, I think a few things click into place because you did get 2 successes. So
I
you can
got 2
actually ask me
successes,
2
and I
questions.
technically, even though, failure is going above 6, right? On the stress?
Yes, on the stress dice.
But
Yes,
does
so if you're
rolling
panic,
6
if you're
technically count for panic?
No, it does
Okay,
not. It's
cool.
only if you have to roll a panic roll.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, I rolled 2 6s on the stress.
2 6s on the stress.
Yes.
Beautiful. That counts. Those both count as successes. If you
Great.
rolled no 1s on stress, you're okay.
I'm good, yes.
Okay, so you can ask. You got 2 successes in total?
No, 4. 4.
4. Ask
yes.
me 4 questions.
Once again.
Yeah, ask me
Jeez.
4 questions.
Oh, are they going to kill me?
I will say they were just trying to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're going to continue forever, but
For
they
sure.
were trying to.
Oh my goodness. Does it have to be questions from the list?
It can be either that question, well, it could be either from that list or the other list. I think those are the only questions, unfortunately.
Okay, great. No worries.
Yeah.
Um,
So, like, is it human or alien? Is it dead or alive? How does it work? What problems could it cause? I guess.
yeah.
Or
Let's
from
do-
the other list, which is, I think, let me find that for you.
Yeah, no
again.
worries.
Observation, which one of them I know is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in / pass / away? Those are
I
other
will
questions.
do how to get pass / away.
Okay. So this thing is standing there. Despite the length of its neck, it is actually quite small. Like, it is physically smaller than either of you. Also, its head is gigantic, weirdly.
Yeah.
Like, it's huge. But it is physically smaller than either of you. You suspect that Kippy, if you were to get in range, could overpower it.
Okay.
But you'd have to get in range first.
You hear
Yeah.
Kippy kind of look at it and whisper, "I could take you."
And before I will immediately go, and I think you should. But before that, I just want to ask, what is its what problems could it cause?
What problems could it cause?
Death?
It could, it appears to be able to set booby traps and also has other weaponry. So it could slaughter your whole group.
Cool.
Like, I think what you
It's
just
Alien
what you
Home
realize
Alone,
is
okay.
The stuff that has been happening here, based on all the evidence, this thing probably set booby traps that hit the previous group and just hit your group, and then shot that sonic bomb into the middle of the place, into the middle of the hallway. And it is currently holding a rifle, pointing it at you. So this thing could straight up try and murk your whole group.
Great. I don't even want to ask the last question. I don't think I have any use for dead or alive or human or alien.
You could ask
So-
if there's more of them close by, or perhaps what is its purpose?
Oh. Let's do what is its purpose.
Okay. Something, as you look at this thing, something about it doesn't really look like it's at home here. Like, this hallway is a bit tall for this thing. Like, even for the long neck, this hallway is weirdly tall. It got here somehow, but it doesn't seem to be what its purpose here. I would say its purpose is something other than what it's currently doing.
Yeah.
Like, it ended up here for different reasons, and for whatever reason, it is now doing this, and it's not clear why.
I will call out. I will say to Kip, Mr. Kip, if you could use, the thing you're very brave about,
On it!
yes.
Die
All
for
right,
it.
let's roll initiative.
Oh,
with
boy.
you three. This
Oh,
game,
gosh.
With this
Oh,
game,
no.
you draw for initiative. We don't have cards, and we're not in the same locations. Everybody just roll a d6.
Okay.
And we will re-roll if need be.
6.
2.
2, okay. What did Kippy get?
6.
A 6. Okay. I will put the initiative order here in the chat. But Kippy, you are first to act. Now, you currently, I believe, don't have any weapons except for your fists.
Yes, right. That's all I need,
Yes.
baby.
So what I can explain here is in combat, you can have a short action and a long action. Or you can have 2 short actions.
Okay.
Those are your options. So I believe movement does count as an action.
Okay.
So you would need to potentially move up to this thing. Let me just see here. Slow and fast. Yes. So a fast action would be running. If you run at this thing, that would be your fast action. And then you can attack, theoretically, or do something else if you want.
Okay. So So running counts as a quick action, and I can do 2 quick actions, correct?
Yes, you could do 2 quick actions or 1 quick and 1 slow.
Okay. We do the quick. We're gonna run at it, get close that distance, and then I essentially want to grab that neck if it's super long and kind of just start, bendy strawing it and kind of just.
Oh, it's so good. You want to tie it like a balloon?
Yeah. Yep.
The
Okay.
Yep.
Just grab. I mean, the problem with having a really long neck is it is an easy
It's
target.
very clotheslineable, I'm gonna tell ya.
Yeah. So this is going to be an opposed roll. This thing is going to try basically to shoot you before you're able to
Oh, boy.
Break its neck here.
I am so sorry. A successful analyze roll reduces the stress level of other PCs within short range by 1.
Ooh.
Oh, that's true. Thank you.
So go ahead.
Down
I'm
to
still
stress 4.
nice. You're
Yes. And this is actually the second one that you succeeded on. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, Kippy, you take 2 off. Everybody takes 1 off.
Oh man.
Other than
good. It's everyone but me. So congrats, everyone.
Thanks for making me less stressful before I betrayed you.
Of course.
So Kippy, I'm going to need for you to roll me a close combat roll. That is going to be strength close combat. And it is going to be opposed by this one's ranged combat as it's trying to shoot you.
Okay, so that is including stress dice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's 11 dice.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if this guy's long for this world.
Ooh.
I'll be honest.
He might be actually. That is 1 success and 1 fail, and they're both on the stress dice.
Okay. Well, the success counts. Let me roll for your opponent here. They actually get a minus because you ran up to them first, because you are so in close range. So you have increased your chances. They didn't get a success.
Ooh.
Yes.
So, Kippy, just let me look at the damage of this attack. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Okay, yeah. You deal this thing 2 points of damage, severely injuring it. Tell me describe for me, like, obviously it's not dead, but describe for me how you injure this thing's neck.
So basically, when Dr. K says, I think you should, I'm gonna jump and basically kind of just like dive, clothesline it, grab his neck into my arm and kind of pull it back to where his spine is gonna go the opposite way where it should be, bending it down backwards, and then kind of like if his body doesn't follow through with it, it's gonna kind of like almost be a banana but backwards.
Oh no! I
And
hate
it's-
that.
And
the
then
body does not follow through.
I want to take it and kind of like hug it, so his neck is like this way, and then.
Oh, there are audible cracking sounds, and from inside of the mask, you hear sort of a muffled.
And then as he's like doing it, he's like, I'm tipping.
This guy's gonna try and hit you with the butt of his gun. That's all he can do. This is gonna be. You already used both your slow and fast actions, so you have no
Correct.
response to this. But it's just gonna try and whack you with its gun. This is close combat. Okay. Oh my. That is 2 successes.
Okay.
Kippy, you are going to take 2 damage.
I'm
This
gonna
guy's not very
resilient.
strong, but
I'm gonna
you-
resilient that with 5 dice to equal to my strength. See if I can
Yep,
minus
see if you can reduce that.
it. None, so I take it all.
Okay, I'm going to say that this damage is not done to you, but is in fact, I mean, you take the damage, you still get a bruise. But this guy, because of how you're squeezing him, and you're also fairly short, slams into your helmet.
Okay.
And your helmet,
Oh no.
you hear like a depressurization sound, and your ears start to pop in this moment. As you can see crack like spreading across, and then your face gets cut up a little bit as it breaks. Plus also the rest of that 2 points of damage. But your face is fully exposed. Now we'll address that in a moment. Dr. Case, what are you gonna do?
Oh gosh. I still have my Seegson system diagnostic device.
Yes, you do.
Oh dear gosh.
By the way, thank you so much to everybody who's donated.
Yes.
We hit our goal.
Seriously,
so
thank you.
another bonkers monster has been added, and most importantly, we have raised, I think, more money than Tabletop Tiddies has ever raised for a solo Salal campaign. So thank you all so very much. Look, we have it, and by the way, we do have 3 advantages, I think, as a pool.
Yes.
Am I correct in thinking this?
That's
so
right.
if y'all want to use them, we have a pool of 3. Just take advantage. Basically means you get to roll all of your dice twice. Thank you so much, Precarious. It is the good what we're doing here. There's so many people being helped. It is wonderful.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with your device?
Oh
Dr.
no. Okay, so this thing is pretty banged up.
Yeah, it's hurt.
It's hurt.
Good.
I would like to. I think I'll just take the price of knowledge. And I will take my device and. Oh no! The only thing I can think of is shoving the device in its mouth. But I kind of
for it.
don't know if can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you gonna
great.
try and like injure its mouth by just jamming it in the mouth?
I imagine that this diagnostic device is almost like switch sized. So I would like to like shove it in its mouth and then like I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to like bust up its face or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what I'm going for.
Make me a close combat roll.
Oh dear gosh. I'm just rolling 3 for this.
Yep.
And
But
6
also your stress dice. So you're
6
rolling
stress.
9.
Uh-huh. Not good.
I mean, good odds though. Good odds of success.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling
Statistically, there's probably going to be at least 1 6.
rolling the stress die first.
Okay.
Okay, there's 1 6, 1 1 on the stress
Okay.
die.
We will come back to that panic in a moment, but that is a 6. That is a success. What
I
are
have
you
a
looking at
6 and a 1 on the non-stress.
Okay, beautiful. So, you have 2 6s, which means this, it doesn't really count as a stunt, but here's what we're going to say. You take your device and you limp your way over to this thing that's
Yeah.
currently being held and just screeching, and you slam your device into where you think its mouth should be, and there is like a cracking sound and you push what you think is its head off.
Yeah.
Until you realize it wasn't its head, it was a helmet. And there is now a wrinkled face with 2 big eyes screaming up at you. As you just, in a blur, just start beating this thing.
Yeah. Truly just bashing it.
I'll say you swing until it sounds soft.
It's a
the
sentence.
crunches stop and it just sounds soft. And its head is a bloody, pulpy mess. It is no more, but I'm gonna need that panic.
Okay. It's fine. It's okay.
As you have
and
just killed a member of ET's species wearing a predator helmet.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is canon that an ET killed a predator to earn respect enough to wear that helmet, right?
Or maybe all ETs are just real big fanboys. You
Oh.
never know.
Never know.
Or all
is
ETs
this-
are children predators.
This is true. Is this
It's the
all of
larval
my
stage.
stress die?
It's a 1 stress die plus 6.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I think I've been rolling wrong this whole time, but it's gonna be okay.
Oh, it's okay. We're okay. It's 1 stress die
Plus 6. Okay, friends, we got a 9.
a 9. Okay,
Roll
well,
a 3.
here's the good news. Here's the bad news. You drop your iPad-like display. The bad news, or the good news, is it was already smashed to bits. From you beating ET to death.
Yeah.
with it. So it is now a useless piece of equipment. You have lost both of your normal display items.
Yeah.
But you have successfully vanquished this strange alien, the likes of which I think you're actually pretty unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
And with that, this combat comes to a close, and the two of you are left alone in this chamber, one of you helmetless. Now, before we move on, Kippy,
That's right. Oh, God.
this air is technically breathable, at least for a time. But here's the problem. The quality of the air, or rather the chemical makeup of the air, is less the issue. It's what's in the air. Now, I did not say this up front, but there is already a known form of extraterrestrial life on this moon. They call them gherkins, or in some cases, cave pickles. The best description is that they look basically like some sort of sea cucumber, but in a cave. They are found in caves, usually about this big. So they're actually decent-ish eating, but they reproduce by sporing. They release spores into the air, much like a fungus. It is mating season.
Hi, Kevin.
Oh no.
And so, I'm going to need, up front, I'm going to need for you to make me a stamina roll. This is going to be strength stamina.
Still 8 dice plus stress plus, so 11 total.
Yep. And I'm also going to say that because the air is breathable but not very high quality, you do have subtract 1 die from that.
Okay.
But you have a -1 to all strength checks, and I'm going to say agility checks while you are breathing in this air.
Perfect. Okay. So that's 1 success, no fails on anything.
Okay. 1 success. You think you're okay for now.
Okay. So should I just mark my page just -1 strength?
Yes, and -1 agility for the time being.
Thank you.
So we're gonna cut away from you to the other hallway, where we have Jules, we have Deb, we have Dot, and we have Rain. The 4 of you can't really hear. There's enough rocks in the middle that you're kind of insulated from what's happening on the other side. What are you doing?
I draw my gun.
Mhm.
In a panic, I am shaking Rain, telling them to shut up, stop screaming, stop screaming,
That's true. Rain was screaming when last.
stop screaming.
Yeah, I think Rain like slowly gets a hold of herself. She's a little embarrassed, and now she's kind of reverting back to like, okay, this sucks. What do we do? And she's gotten out her cool new big gun, the Eva pistol, and is sort of like unnecessarily futzing with it. Like, it doesn't need cleaning. It's fine, but by God, she's gonna shine it up a little bit.
All right. I'm not dictating who's in charge right now, but I am going to say we should probably keep it moving low and slow and keep an eye out for any chance to get over to the other two, just in case they're still with us.
I mean, sounds like you're volunteering being in charge. And I'm going to take out my side pistol and just like hold it in front of me. Let's go then.
Gay Mother, I would like to survey the area. Now that we've like gone into this new tunnel, what's around us?
So I won't make you roll for this. This tunnel heads off in a straight line for a ways, although it seems to like you can see that it seems to dead end into several different avenues. One of which appears to have a faint glow coming from it.
Okay.
And I will that's what you see. The one on the left appears to have a faint glow coming.
Okay. And do we have any other means of casting light for ourselves?
as of I'm gonna say there's like general light inside of your helmet so that
Helmets?
you can kind of see, but it's not like oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think, y'all? Shall we head towards the light?
We're looking for thieves that stole documents.
That could be them.
Sure.
Listen,
That sounds like a smart enough idea then.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't think any of us need to care about robbers as much as we need to care about getting ourselves out of here in one piece, because this is not looking good. So yeah, listen to Mama Jules. Stay close, stay tight, pay attention, and I'm sorry I screamed like a fool.
I don't know.
I don't know
Some
what
of those
came
swear
over me,
words
I'm sorry.
I don't know what those were. They might have. Are they from like a different planet that you said?
Yeah, I have like a dictionary. It like a couple of guys gave it to me for my birthday last year. It was like one of those joke, but they had, not a lot of reading material, so I memorized it.
It's not the time.
I know, I'm sorry.
One of them was just a dolphin noise. Like,
It's just
16
like a
words.
weird series of dolphin noises.
If we're joking, we're keeping sane. Let's
Yeah.
focus.
All right, y'all head down. Jules, I'm gonna say you're currently in front. That seems to make the most sense. Are you gonna head towards the light, or are you gonna head towards one of the darker avenues?
I want to head towards the light, but like very, very slowly and very carefully. If that
Okay.
is an option.
I'm gonna say that you are all stealthing right now. That you're
Alright.
fully stealthing. So you are stealthing along, sneaking. As you get closer to the light, you can see just around the corner what looks like it looks like a little bit of hair or something, sort of just around the bend. It's a bit of a sharp turn, but you can see what looks like a little bit of hair on the ground, sort of sticking out from around the corner.
What do we think the chance?
like-
What do we think the chances are that the thieves took off their helmets and had their hair just flowing out on the cave floor?
You're an optimist. No. I'll go
Ah.
first.
Okay.
Can I roll wits and observation as I go around the corner?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. That's many dice for me.
Yes. Oh, we're still getting
I'll
donations.
roll my
Thank
normal
you so
dice
much.
first and then
Yes.
follow it up with the stress
Yay,
dice.
thanks everybody.
Yes.
Also, what does an advantage look like? Because I know I have one.
Advantage basically means you roll them all twice. You
Okay.
roll everything twice and take the better set, essentially.
Okay, well, I don't need to. I got 6 on a stress die and 6 on a normal die.
Wow.
Nice.
Mama
Beautiful.
Jules is really earning the nickname.
We stunt all over this thing. Let me see. Then you get to ask me one of the following three questions. Number 1, is it coming for me? Number 2, are there more of them close by? Number 3, how do I get in / away? But before we get to that, I will describe what you see. What you see is that what appears to be hair is in fact hair. It is attached to a corpse. A corpse lying on the ground. Its eyes are staring forward. It looks as if when this person died, they were in utter agony. They are wearing part of a helmet, but it appears to have been broken apart, and the face is completely gone of the helmet. The glass part of the helmet is completely gone. You can see that part of their face also looks severely like damaged, as if it was like torn away or something. Like it's just part of the face is just kind of gone. And perhaps that does not appear to have been the death wound, though. The death wound appears to be a rather large hole in this individual's chest. Now, that's not all you see. You see that person, and as you sort of scan up around the room, you see that greenish light is coming from a number of orbs on the ground. Rather large orbs, maybe about 2 feet tall. You see there are what look like dozens of them just filling this chamber. There does also appear to be some more architecture. This is one of the largest rooms you've come across. And once again, the design does not look like what you normally expect from a Barger Lewis construction site. This looks, again, very intentional and almost alien. You can't see much of the architecture clearly, but it does look like it's a higher ceiling. Like it was meant to be a larger area for whatever reason, there were going to be more people in here. And then the other thing you notice is there is a person about 20 feet away from you, stuck to a wall, as if they have been cocooned to a wall with their face still visible and no mask, no helmet. The helmet has also been torn away. And that person is just sort of hanging there with their head down.
What do you see?
I think I round the bend back. I don't think we should go this way. It is a bunch of glowing orbs. Someone dead on the ground, someone dead, or someone stuck to the wall. Helmets off, or helmets ripped and destroyed.
Did they look like employees?
I didn't fucking look.
I will
don't
say you
care.
did notice the one on the ground was wearing a
Okay.
police uniform.
Yes, they are. At least one of them is.
All right, well, you have an obligation to the company to go acquire documents from those corpses.
I don't give a fuck about it. If you want to go do that, go do that. I'll cover you. I'll give you that much.
Looked like anyone was alive?
No.
As a
One has a
doctor,
hole in
shouldn't you
his
go check
chest.
the corpses to make sure that there are no survivors?
Look, I think my gun is not aimed at Deborah, but my gun is prominent.
It suggested it.
It is taking up space in the conversation, in which I'm just going to say,
Listen,
if you are this concerned about still doing this job,
fine.
go ahead and grab it.
Fine, fucking fine. You want to die on this moon, rot away in your old age.
Not as much as you want to.
Some of us have some guts around here. And after I say that, there is a solid beat where I don't move. And then I will move. And I'm going to try to sneak over and see if I can find any documentation on these
Oh
corpses,
my
fully
God.
ignoring
Have it
the
aimed
horrors around me.
So silly.
Is anyone else going? I know Jules isn't. Are Dot or Rain accompanying Deb on this?
I am going to. Oh, sorry.
I love the simultaneous. I'm
gonna stand. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand in the doorway entrance, but facing the other direction.
Okay.
I don't care about Deborah, but I do care
That's fair.
about the other people. Sorry, Deborah.
I get it.
And so I think I'm just worried that something's going to come out towards us, and so
Yes.
I'm going to make sure that my friends are okay.
Yes. Okay. And what is
Um,
Dot doing?
Yeah, Deborah kind of played on Dot's heartstrings of, her oath, making sure that she would be able to save anyone that needs saving. But, they've worked in triage before. Jules has effectively triaged for Dot, saying that there's no point. They're dead. So I'm going to stay back.
Okay.
Listen,
All
right,
there's
Deb.
got to be one very dumb person in every alien movie.
Yeah. Deb.
Yep.
I'm going to need for you to make me a wits observation
Alright.
as you go and check this first body.
All right. I was scared you were going to make me do something agile.
Not yet.
I only have one stress now because the doctor did some good observation earlier.
That's right.
Nope. That's just a 1. That's a 1-6.
Okay. You get one. So you search through and you are able to find the identifying materials, the identifying badge, that is, of Chris Tate. You know for a fact that this is one of the people who was known to have stolen the documents. From your information, you know that this is one of those people.
I will take their ID. And this is the one on the ground with the...
Yes. The whole.
I
And the
need
partial
I need both of them. I need proof of death for both of them. So I'm gonna look back at the 3 cowards behind me, and slowly walk towards the one on the wall.
Okay. You walk towards the one on the wall. Roll me another observation. Wits observation.
All right. Also because nobody likes Deb, I'm not gonna use the team advantage. The team can have the advantage.
Deb, please use it. Please use it.
No, it's peak Deb to use it though.
Yeah.
It's peak Deb to use
Ooh.
it.
Yeah.
Deb needs.
Deb doesn't need to because Deb rolled 3 6s.
Oh God.
Oh, good job, Deborah.
So,
You're gonna see the thing about to
So.
eat you real big.
Yeah.
Deborah,
Uh-huh.
I will tell you a couple of things that you notice. Number 1, you wouldn't have been able to see it from the entrance, but there is something lying on the ground in front of the person against the wall. The best way to describe it would probably be if you combined if you took a scorpion, you flattened it out, and made its underside look like a really cracked out Georgia O'Keeffe painting. It's something that is lying on the ground, unmoving, in front of the person who's against the wall. You notice that it's kind of pale-ish colored. The person against the wall, as you are creeping, at first seemed motionless, but then you see them go and take a breath. They do not lift their head, but this person appears to be alive.
Oof. And I get some questions, correct?
Yes, you do.
And do the people behind me, does their fear go down a little bit? Their stress go down a little bit?
Did you use an ability?
Oh no, okay? I thought that was a thing.
Oh no, that's only that's
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
for Dr. Case.
Gotcha. Nobody cares that I saw anything. That's
But you do get a question. You got 3 6s?
yeah.
Okay, ask me 2 questions. Is it coming for
Al-
me?
alive or
Are
dead?
there more of them close by, or how do I get in past away?
Oh, how do I get in?
Mm-hmm. So you're going to, with how this is, you're going to need to sort of maneuver your way through all of these greenish orbs.
And I don't. Wasn't is it alive or dead one of them?
No, that's one of the ones that Dr. Case
Okay.
can get. Yours are, is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? And how do I get in / past
Second
away?
one's good. Is there more close
Are
by?
there more of them close by? So, are you wondering this as you approach, or are you just sort of
Yeah,
standing?
I'm gonna start I'm observing while sneaking through the glowing green orbs.
Okay, so as you get closer, out of the corner of your eye, you glance and you see that something inside of this green orb appears to have shifted slightly. And as you look closer,
Mhm.
you can see that it's something that seems to sort of rise up a little bit. And I will say that with your successes, you notice that as it starts to move, the top of the orb seems to almost flower.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Opens
if
up like a balloon.
I can learn something inside of this orb that will be useful to Whale and Yutani.
Commit.
I'm gonna
I born a stooge, die a
I'm gonna
stooge.
look over it. I'm gonna look over at the breathing person on the wall, and just kind of eye them up. And I mean, knowledge is power, and if I can figure out what's in this orb, I have power over Whale and Yutani. So I'm just gonna slowly creep over, and just peer in.
Okay. You peer in and you see what you guess might be the other side of one of those scorpion things. And you glimpse this for about a split second before it right up onto the mask. It is on your helmet and you can feel it gripping onto the mask. Now you can feel something wrapping around the neck of the mask, or the helmet, which of course is not buckling, but it's you can hear things scrabbling against the outside of the helmet. And as this thing is pressing itself against the glass, you can see what almost looks like a proboscis trying to force its way out and sort of like.
I think I immediately start screaming and then like stumble back, just like knocking over everything that's behind me.
Yes. So the rest of you hear a scream from Deborah as you see her backing up, flailing. It looks like something's on her helmet, and she is bumping and tripping all over these orbs. And it almost is like it's causing like a series of blooms as these orbs start to open up. And as she's falling backwards, what do the other three of you do? She looks like she is in genuine peril. And I will say at this, you also see the person on the wall lift their head and scream, "Help! Oh, someone there! Help! Help! Help!
I rush in.
Okay.
Magnus rushes in.
Okay, cool. You rush in. I'm going to need an agility.
Oh boy.
This is going to be opposed agility. Oh boy. It's on now, baby. It's on now.
Come on, come on, come on. No, I failed on my stress and I got no successes.
Oh no!
Roll a panic before we go any further.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
I'm keeping my gun ready because I told
Another
you
one.
don't go back
I
there.
have an idea.
+1,
but-
so 2.
A 2, okay. That does not trigger anything. You are not panicking, but one of these things, as you're running by, onto your arm, and then scrabbles up onto sort of like a sideways thing is wrapping itself sideways against. You see that same thing, that proboscis pressing itself against you. What are Rain and Dare? Excuse me, Jules. Jules, I know you drew your gun. Are you going in, or are you just gonna? Are you blasting what's the plan?
I think I'm staying, like, I'm moving out enough that as they make their way past me, if anything else is on the way, I can fire. So I think
Okay.
I am like standing, like guarding and ready.
As you're standing there, you see more of these things crawling out and lurching out onto the ground, and they begin to scurry in your direction.
How many do I see?
It's not good to count.
Okay. Okay, because I have a revolver, and I do believe, unfortunately,
Yes.
I'm gonna cut and run. Like,
Okay.
there are too many to fight. Like, legitimately, I have a 6-shooter.
That's
Like,
true. Okay, so Jules starts to take off. What is Rain doing right now?
I think I will also like tell Ray like there's too many.
Yeah. I'm gonna look back at Deborah. I'm gonna look back at Mama Jules.
And
And I'll
Dot.
be like-
Deborah and Dot. Let's not forget.
And Dot. And I'm gonna kind of shrug and like just kind of like walk, like, and then like kind of half jog over to Mama Jules, be like, "Nah, not today."
You're
We are
scurrying and
hardened realists
scrabbling
who have been
behind
on
you
this
over the
ship for
rocks
too long.
as the pair of you run. You hear like things skittering behind you. Are you running back the way you came towards the cave-in, or are you just running deeper into the?
I think towards the dark area. You mentioned there was
Okay.
also there was a light in the dark path. I think
Okay.
my brain is saying head to the dark.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
here
probably
we go.
not gonna.
It's not
that's
good, but it's
probably
a
good.
direction.
So, I'm gonna jump back to Deb and to Dot. And well, I'm gonna need you both to. This isn't really an initiative situation. This is just you both get to try something.
All right.
Before whatever happens is gonna happen. Deb, we'll start with you. What are you doing right now?
So after I've like stumbled back and probably like knocked every single egg behind me, or I'm sorry,
Yes.
glowing green orb, I'm going to attempt to shoot the thing off of my face.
Oh god.
I love those
Come
instincts.
on.
Love those instincts.
Roll.
This has
I'm
an
gonna say
85%
roll.
chance of failure.
Yeah, so there is a very good chance because you actually get a minus because of how close it is.
Yeah, I will also remind you I got -2 on agility, so it's all
Yes.
stress, baby.
I would suggest using the advantage if you can.
Yeah.
But it's
So I get
entirely up to you.
+2 for my gun, -1 for my agility, +1 for my stress. So I think I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I think
also get a -3 because it's engaged range.
How many? So I'll roll a
that's-
dice.
Roll a single die.
My stress dice. It is pure luck whether or not my stress allows me to succeed at this. I'll use an advantage. We're near the end.
Okay. Roll. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You got
Did you
it?
get a 6?
It was a 2. Now it's a 6.
Oh my gosh!
Deb lives again.
You place your gun against this
Despite
thing,
all odds.
and just it nearly deafens you, but you can see half of it fly off. And that is the last thing you see, because this thing bleeds green
Oh, yeah?
substance straight into
Great.
your eyes.
Oh,
And there is a horrific, I don't know if you feel it, but you hear it. There is a horrific sizzling sound. And anyone who would be looking at you would notice it's like cooking a souffle. Bubbles rising of flesh as your eyes and upper bridge of the nose are eaten away by this thing's acid blood. I'm gonna need a panic roll.
I mean, how much damage?
What's
Sure.
left to
Die.
panic?
Damage. How
What's
much
left to
damage do you
panic?
do?
Just walk
I'm
it
gonna
off.
say you take 2 damage.
I
I'm
do-
gonna say you do 2.
I take 2. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Rub some dirt in
That's
it.
fine. You'll be fine.
I do.
some dirt in
I do 1 damage with the pistol. I'll do my panic roll. That is a. I still technically only have 1 stress, I believe.
I mean, well, now you have to. Let's
Okay.
be real.
Okay. I'll roll.
You have to.
Okay,
If
so that's a
anything's gonna add
5.
stress.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay. With a 7, let me look here.
Oh no, wait. Sorry. 4.
Oh, a 4.
Somehow
Okay,
this
well,
doesn't
then
stress me.
I mean, you are stressed, but you managed to hold it together. You are not in a blind panic yet. Well, you are blind,
Yes.
but you are not in a full-blown panic.
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump over to Dot. What are you doing, Dot, in this moment?
Is there any chance that I noticed that, or is this happening simultaneously?
You are also being attacked, but you do hear a, and then you hear like, and probably like a,
Yeah.
coming from.
I
the
don't
other
think
side.
I know. There's no way I would know. So what I would do is take my surgical kit and just try and like scalpel the shit out of this thing on my head.
Okay, make me a close combat roll, and I'm gonna say add 1 because of your surgical kit.
Okay.
Jeez.
And I have 1 stress.
And I'm gonna say your stress increases. Your stress goes up by 1. Let's be
Okay.
You
So-
you can't have this and be like, it's fine.
6 dice. Here we go.
Yep.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
All right, we have 1 advantage left.
Do I get to re-roll my stress dice too in an
Yes.
advantage?
Yes.
Fuck. I did not get a fail on my stress, but I did not succeed.
So, you do not succeed. You are trying to cut at this thing. No dice. It is at the same time as you're doing this thing that's like scrabbling against sort of retracts, and the whole thing rears itself back. It starts slamming itself, like sort of lifting
Oh
itself, like,
God.
slamming itself into the glass, and you see it is like damaging itself. You think you may hear like a small crack from inside, but as it's doing this, its carapace starts to split open, and this green substance starts to pour out onto the glass of your helmet, and it begins to dissolve away and starts to.
Ah! Can I take it off?
Yeah, you can forcibly just tear the thing off.
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
It's wrapped around the helmet, so you can just.
Oh God, yeah. Just
And
take the whole thing off.
Are you just running out of the room at this point?
Yes. Ah!
I'm gonna need agility.
I was about to say
And
there's
I
so
need you to
many
take off your
other
mask
in
to
here.
see dozens of
Can I
things scurrying
Can I attempt to
around.
listen
Aw.
for Dot and run in her direction as well?
Absolutely. That is absolutely something you would do.
Deborah's
Meanwhile,
gonna
you hear-
crash
I
into
need this
you
to
and
be
kill
everyone's
you.
problem.
Meanwhile, you hear the person who was attached to the wall screaming,
Oh,
"Help me!
God.
Help me!"
Oh.
I'm sorry. I got 4 6s.
6.
Wow.
I'm going to say with that, what are these stunts? I believe one of them is you can give a success to somebody else. For
I'll
something
do
you can
that.
get
I'll give a
+1.
success to Deborah for sure.
Okay. Deborah, hearing you scream, is going to run in the direction that she heard you, and miraculously, both of you make it out here without getting face hugged. You're just like running.
Okay.
Deborah is fully stumbling. You make it out of this room, but they are still on your trail. I'm gonna say you start running in the same direction as the others.
Do I get another bonus, or is it just one stunt?
No, you have 3.
Okay,
These
then
are
I
good
definitely
success.
also want the +1s
Yeah, and
that
you impress
involve the
somebody.
situation. Yeah.
I'm gonna say in between screaming, the person who's against the wall is like, "That's incredible!" As you're like running away. In fact, I'm gonna make you impress 2 people.
Yeah.
But the other person you'll see in a bit. So,
Oh no.
y'all are running off through the corridors. I'm gonna jump back to Dr. Case and Kippy. Now you are holding this limp body here. What are the pair of you going to do? There is still more hallway in front of you. What would you like to do?
Well, I got a face full of glass, right?
Yeah, but you can see. It's just that you're injured.
This doesn't feel good.
Can we I would like to look at the little predator helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing the gun it had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Is the predator helmet like open faced, or is it like something that I
No,
could
it is.
just put
It's
on?
just a hole that you can put. Like you could just put it on. It is completely covered.
I'll put it on my friend here. And say,
Oh.
use this for now.
Oh, okay. I can't.
You can see, as you put this on, you hear like a and you can suddenly see everything in infrared.
Hell yes.
I can see sounds.
Like you can see vaguely through walls, and not only that, you can see a heat signature. You can see footsteps from where, like the heat signature of where this little guy that you killed came from.
I look at the doctor. I'm like, we're gonna kill some mother heckers.
Do y'all head off in the direction of the footsteps?
We
Or
should.
the footprints?
We should try.
Oh boy.
Try to find the others.
Oh, okay.
Oh, should we try to leave?
I look back and see the caved-in door. Sure. I was being sarcastic. We go this way.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, I can tell. Sorry.
It's tough because you can't see through the map.
Yeah, it's
You head off
Truly.
down the corridor, and it starts to open off into a chamber. And in this chamber, you can see a truly disturbing sight. There are a set of heads that are on pikes. You can see they appear to be, I mean, they are cold, so they don't really show up very well in infrared, but they are human heads. And while one of them has all of the flesh and skin on, and in fact is the head of someone you recognize, the others have increasingly more taken off. So it's like the first head is roughly intact, the next one has been skinned, the next one, the muscles has been removed, but some of the organs have still been left. The next one, everything's been removed, it's just a skull, just sort of lined up as if displayed as trophies. And what you also see is, now I think for the first time, Dr. Case, you notice that there's been the gloom here, the damage here does not seem to be as bad. This room seems to have been somewhat maintained. And you can see what looks like, in fact, I will have you roll me an observation before
Yes.
describing what comes next.
That would be great for me.
Meanwhile, Kippy, you can see the warmest part of the room seems to be sort of like a little nest. There's nothing in there right now, but it looks like that thing may have recently been sitting in there. Like it looks like a little nest. Do you just shoot it?
Yeah, if it's a nest.
You shoot the nest? There was nothing in there that was alive.
God!
And you see papers come flying up into the air.
I've seen
as well as, like,
Zombieland.
sawdust and different things.
Dr. Kip, Mr. Kip, please don't do
Dr.
that.
Kippy.
No, no.
Said it.
I'm in a
Not me.
stupor. My bones are broken. I feel bad.
There are papers flying up into the air. You can ignore them if you wish, but they
Oh,
are
you
there.
just made a loud noise. Oh shit! I just thought about that.
And okay.
Do I see anything else?
Okay.
No, it's basic. Well, what you see is that there appear to be large areas, like there appear to be like large, almost like nooks, except not the size of a nook, but like the size of a whole like huge room.
Sure.
in the walls that are all like framed, and some of them in this room you can see even have images. And I'm gonna continue describing after Dr. Case. What are we looking at, Dr. Case?
Okay, we're looking at a 1 on my stress,
Okay.
nothing else, and then we are looking at 2 1s on my non-stress.
So no successes.
No
Only
successes.
Only a panic.
Mhm.
So something about the enormity of what you're discovering overwhelms you. I'm going to need a panic roll, and I'm going to say both of your your stress increases at seeing this. Hippie, what are you doing? I will continue describing. You see, as whatever happens with Dr. Case happens. Dr. Case, what are we looking at here?
We are looking at a 4 + 7.
An
11.
11. Okay, let me find here very quickly.
Wait,
and we are
7
coming
stress?
right up to the end.
I
coming right up to
listen.
the end of this
I
event.
was playing the first part of the game really wrong, and I don't know how to fix it now. So I'm just tacking it on.
Yep.
Every RPG I've ever played.
Exactly.
Let's see here. Let's see. I'm on the wrong little section. Aha! There it is. I have so many tabs. Okay, so with an 11, you must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible. So
Great.
I'm gonna say you just run instinctively into one of these nooks and try and hide in one of the like little crags that's in it.
Immediately bolt.
Yeah, you are hiding in there, and Kippy, you see this, and you see above it what appears to be a carving of the face of the very creature you just killed. Like at the top of this nook.
Huh.
In fact, it almost looks like it was on display. It's like when you're looking at a display window.
Uh-huh.
It looks like some kind of an image there delineating what was inside.
I look around and see if there's anything else in other nooks and cages.
You see a number of things on other nooks and cages. You see one that looks like it has the face of, like, if you were to combine a pug or a bulldog with a lizard. One of them, and that one looks pretty, like that particular holding area looks pretty gigantic. You see one of them, looks like it has something. It doesn't really have features. It looks, the best word for it, blob. Another one that you look at appears to have, it looks like almost like a bug's face with mandibles, like 4 mandibles, but the mandibles coming off, this thing also seems to be like twisting off other heads of itself, as well as like tubes. As if it almost looks like some distorted version of this insectoid-faced thing. And perhaps most strange, you see one that looks like it has a humanoid face. Like a human-like face. Very human, in fact. Actually, rather handsome.
Is there like
in
a
fact,
control panel anywhere?
I would go is there a control panel anywhere? No, but there appear to be like panels in front with like carvings in a writing that you do not understand.
Touch it.
As
Hell
you
yes.
touch it, the whole thing lights up, and you hear like a voice again in a language you do not understand, like and like weird, like nice little pleasant music. Like playing underneath it, as if it's like some sort of like informational, just like
Shoot first.
Did you say that was that's like actually happening, right?
that is a recording that you are
Okay.
hearing that is like playing out of this.
Okay. I got excited. Okay, never mind.
No, I suppose I think at this point it's pretty clear. This appears to have been some kind of a zoo, and
Oh.
these all seem to have been displays.
Okay.
And I will throw in, since we're just about out of time, you see the papers on the ground actually bear the Barger Lewis insignia.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting that there are documents down here when you were told there were none.
And so they want them back? If I remember properly?
They
Well,
were
they
the
said
ones...
they had them back.
They were
They
the
said
ones
they-
who set this up. Like
They
set up
only
this
told me that they-
menagerie.
Who's closest to the papers, Kip or Dr. Case?
I ran.
Dr. Case, as you are hiding there, you hear a soft rustling from behind you. As if something has sort of, it's like something just adjusting. And then you feel a small gust of wind against the back of your neck. And then you feel it again, rhythmically, from behind you.
Question.
Yes.
I would like to do something so uncharacteristic.
Yes.
I would like to have Dr. Case do a somersault forward. A literal
Dr.
roll.
Case, as you somersault
Combat roll.
forward, you see a hook seems to have worked its way, slid in between your legs, and is curving up towards your face. And as you lurch forward, it punctures itself into your helmet and drags you back. Dr. Case, in your last moments, what do you do or say?
I just scream. I scream and claw against the ground, and that little kind of hole that I was sitting in. I think the last thing that Kippy sees is my hands like holding on before the pressure fully like breaks my wrists and pulls me back.
Oh, you, at this point, I'm going to say you are so delirious with panic and pain that as you look up, as this thing sort of flips you around, you see the face of Clara looking
Aw.
at you, and she says, "You said you were going to stay safe for me. I miss you, honey. I miss you. Come back to me." And she lifts you up to her face as though for a kiss. Do you kiss her back?
Yeah.
Now
I'm just
Kippy,
gay. I can't help it.
A real, good way to go,
After
honestly.
the screaming sort of stops, you hear a and then a couple of seconds later, an elongated head comes into view with
Oh, heck no.
metallic, bloody mouth parts, and it looks up at you, smiles as its lips pull back, and a second mouth begins to emerge. And we're gonna cut away from that to the other group. Now, because we have one more alien to show up. Now, as you all are running along, Jules, what is going through your mind? What are you looking for?
An exit. I know if we get in the open air,
Mhm.
we can find the truck. And
Okay.
that is all that I'm concerned with.
Yes, you are sprinting, running, just like full action mode, full action hero mode. As you run along, you hear sort of a whoosh, like coming from another tunnel, sort of, and then something above you, and then a voice speaks. Over the clattering of legs and everything, you hear, "You seem like you could use help."
Yes. Yeah, we're fucking dying out here. Me and my crew are dying.
As you look up, you see a human face, a human Caucasian face, looking down at you from a figure who is floating above you and flying along aside you. This figure has a beard and goatee and a widow's peak, dark hair, as they look at you and they say, "Well, I suppose I could help you, but I only ask for one thing in exchange."
Like, I'm still
Kneel.
running. Is it like following me as well?
Yes, it's floating alongside you.
Yeah, all right. I'm
What's
in.
it ask for?
Kneel before me.
Fucking
It's Zod.
goddamn it. I think I like with the most eye roll. hit a kneel and then like immediately get back up and start running some more. Like it is like I have a second to do this. I gotta fucking go.
Yes. As you take off, there is a sonic boom behind you. As you are thrown forward and this thing takes off. The rest of you, I think Rain, you get there long enough to see something coming towards you, and then all you see are red lights just going off as these things are just melted behind you, like, and something is down the corridor. I think this before Dot and Deb are overwhelmed, same thing. This thing whooshes down, just burning all of these. And you see, I mean, Deborah does not see, but you see now a floating man. Says, I must admit, I did not expect to see others. I have ruled this domain as my own. But it appears the universe beyond is not dead. Zookeepers may be gone, but perhaps they merely moved to another, larger location. And this figure floats towards each of you, towards you as a group, and says, I suppose I would be persuaded to bring you along on further ventures. All I ask is that you kneel before Zod.
I think like in her best attempt, her like face and mouth like melted away. Deb just like mutters, I'm finally getting off this planet, and then just like kneels down in front of this person.
At that, I think
I will
Zod,
kneel.
Yes. Zod smiles and folds his arms as he floats. Does Rain kneel? What does Rain do?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, Rain will just kind of like look at the others and be like, all right.
Oh, beautiful.
flip into a
Well,
win somehow.
as the four of you kneel before General Zod, who apparently somehow got shot up in this zoo, which was in fact a predator zoo. It was owned by the predators.
Nice.
Which is how he
Good
got
for
that
him,
head.
honestly. I'm glad he got into business owning.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
As you all kneel before this Kryptonian unleashed upon the universe, that is where we will end.
Yeah.
Wow.
As I said, that was the craziest of the aliens on the list.
Wow.
So good.
But
You know, it wasn't
thank
Goku, but it was close.
yeah. Thank you all so much. It's been a blast. Let's everybody give yourselves a quick plug as we close this out. Tell everybody where they can find you. We'll start with you, Dare. We're gonna go reverse.
Terrifying. Hi, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, Faye. I am a trans writer. I've done a lot. I'm Emmy nominated twice, actually. And you can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at Dare to Dream RPG. DARE, the number 2, DREAM RPG.
All right. That brings us on to Kelly.
Hello, I'm Kelly. You can find me here. I'm just gonna plug Tabletop Tiddies, and also that this campaign will still stay up. So if you want to donate more to Salal, feel free. And it's been amazing, and I'm sure Shar will have much more things to say about this. I am just flabbergasted. My gasts are flabbered.
That brings us to Lexi. Lexi, where can the folks find you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at BlackGirlMage. I am a professional game master, dungeon master, a writer, a screenwriter, musician, composer, all of those things and more. I also play a lot of Magic, so any of those things, if you like any of those things, give me a follow. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and Kate.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kate. I go by Catieosaurus on all corners of the internet. I am a neurodivergent educator and advocate. I like to talk about intimacy and relationships. I also like to play TTRPGs. I'm a writer and performer and general doer of things. You can check me out anywhere there's a Catieosaurus to be found.
And
Finger
that brings us
guns.
to actually, Shar, I'll have you go last. That brings us to Quincy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Quincy, Quincy's Tavern, on pretty much all social medias. That I do fantasy stuff, fantasy food, fantasy cooking. You can get my cookbook by myself and my best friend Mackenzie Katrina, Traveler's Guide to the Lucky Griffin, recipes and regalians, full art, full done. You can get the ebook now on Amazon right now, and we will have hardcover copies available hopefully by the end of this month on our website, luckygriffin.com. But yeah, that's what I'm working on while we're doing.
All right. And I'll go right and I'll hand it over to you, Shar. Thank you so much. I've been your game mother. You could also call me game mommy if you wish.
Oh, hell yeah.
My name is Jeremy Cobb.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry.
Don't apologize, honey. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/casualquestlive, where I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And also on Three Black Halflings, where it's a podcast, a weekly podcast. You can find it wherever pods are cast. If you want to hear more of me GMing different systems, you go check it out. I'm the resident GM. And actually, a number of these people have been on and played on it. So go check that out. And I want to say once again, thank you all so much for everybody who donated. I'm so glad that we got to have Zod and E.T. dressed as a predator.
Oh my
That's an
gosh.
absolute blast. And yeah, with that, I'm going to hand it over to Shar.
Oh, thank you, everyone. This is absolutely incredible. $2,154 was raised over the course of this weekend. That is equivalent to 36 hours of counseling for survivors at Salal Sexual Violence Support Center, or equivalent to 61 hours of their crisis line. That's 2.5 days of their crisis line. That's open every day, 24 hours a day. Anyone across the globe can use that line to receive information, referrals, crisis counseling support, and you're really changing lives with all of your donations and just helping spread the word as well. If you didn't have a donation to spare, that's fine. Just being here and chat with us was more than enough. Thank you all for just the amazing good work. And thank you everyone that was part of the stream today or throughout the weekend. This was such a gift that you gave, not just Tabletop Tiddies, but survivors. And I can't thank you enough. That's it from me. I have nothing to plug. I just have a heart that's so full. Thank you. Which means we're done.
Yeah.
We're saying goodbye. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.
Thank you all
And,
so much. Rest well.
Yes.
Don't look at any glowing green pods, or do. It was pretty fun.
Don't shoot any eggs.